Please don't spoil the movie by adding your own soundtrack.
I, who does everything, made a small, tiny mistake with the editing.
She literally had us record yesterday. And what happens? She doesn't get any of it. All the grade A content that I gave this audience, and you didn't capture none of it. And so now what do we have to do to do this all over again?
A bit shorter.
You completely bungled this.
Hi, I'm Chanel.
Hi, I'm Starlight.
Chanel is from Cheetah Girls, and Starlight's from
Homelander. No, The Boys.
The Boys. And welcome back to
Please Don't Spoil the Movie.
A podcast brought to you by sisters who hate each other.
That's right.
Get over yourself.
You get over yourself. You get it right.
Huh?
You get it right.
You get it right?
Get it right.
I asked you, could you hear yourself? You said yes. I don't think you heard yourself the way you did.
I did.
Okay. Quickly tell us about your brain injury. The quickest way possible.
So, after I explained all of this yesterday, we have to redo it. So today is now Saturday. I was at practice on Tuesday. I walk into practice thinking, regular practice. We're doing freaking Kris Kringle, passing out names. We just got off from a previous game. That Sunday, we're back at practice. I'm trying to make TikToks and everything. And then so practice starts. We warm up this very simple pyramid. And the girl who goes on top of the pyramid, we link arms at the top of the pyramid, right? So we link arms with each other. As soon as it goes up, it starts to fall immediately. So our arms are linked. So she's taking me down with her. And so as she's taking me down, the boy whose shoulders who I'm standing on, I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if he tried to catch the girl at the top of the pyramid and not me, but he bent over as I'm standing on his shoulders. And if you lean forward, I'm standing on your shoulders. Where I'm gonna go? To the ground. Down. So I slip off of his shoulders, and where does my head go? Smack to the floor, the turf of the dome. And everybody was like, I didn't really see it, but I heard it. I was like, great. My brain ricocheted to the ground. And, really what's underneath that turf is really just basically all concrete. So that was the second concussion that I've gotten since being on this team. And what I would really like to add is it wasn't even, literally, it happened at the exact same time. Friday, which is yesterday, made a year since my first concussion.
And the joke that I made last night was, that's a sign from God.
Yeah, whatever. So, I'm just all banged up and bruised up, so I'm really upset. And then, side note, I got my gallbladder is eating me up from the inside, and I need to get that taken out. So it's just always something. Whether it's a concussion, a sprained ankle, my gallbladder hates me. It's just I just want to be functional.
Gotta stop going in there, buddy.
That's not an option right now. Look, I got one more year left in me. Especially after this concussion. As soon as I hit the ground, before I even hit the ground, I was like, I'm about to hit my head. And then when I hit my head, I started rethinking every life decision I ever made in my entire life. And then I was like, if I thought I was going to make it to 5 years, now I know for sure.
Yeah.
that's not happening. I mean, I never really thought. Given this year, I never thought I was going to make it to 5 years. But if there was even just the slightest inkling of a chance, it's gone now.
They're taking it out of you. They're really diving into your body. Really cutting it out. And your brain's very important. So they say.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Take my ankle, Lord, but don't take my brain. And then tell us about the new show you're watching.
So, I also talked about this yesterday. I have to retell it.
Someone play your tiny violin. Where is it?
You're so funny. So, also, I started watching that show, The Boys. The other night, since I had spent 2 days at home because I couldn't go to work or practice because I was concussed. So I was like, well, I might as well watch some television. So I started watching The Boys because I be seeing it all the time on Twitter. I be seeing that crazy looking man with his little weird chin.
Talking about Highlander.
Homelander. I be seeing him on Twitter all the time. I be like, what is this show about? Because at first I thought he was evil, but then I started hearing that he was a superhero. I was like, oh, so he's good? He looks so evil. Oh. But then I realized he's an evil superhero. Okay. Yeah. So I started watching the show to really figure out what the hell it was about. So it's about, in this regular world, there's superheroes that exist, right?
Yes.
And they're treated like celebrities. They have like their own movies. They have like their own TV
They
shows.
star in their movies.
They star in their own movies. They star in their own TV
so
shows.
stupid.
But they have like superpowers, and they're like real. And there's like A-list superheroes, and there's like D-list.
What's
superheroes.
the D-list one do? What's the superhero?
There was like one girl on the show. She literally I guess she seemed like she had strength too, because she ended up killing a man. But she had like literal one claw that came out of each arm. I was like, that sucks.
So like a bootleg Wolverine.
Yeah, I forgot what they called her.
That's it?
Cap's claw or something like that.
Just goes.
She literally just had it was one single claw that just came. Not even like multiple claws that came out of each finger, like one claw that came out of her arm. Each arm.
That's it.
And that's
Is she
it.
a superhero?
Yeah.
Yes. Is it metal?
No.
It's just
It was
like
just like a nail that's
No,
long
that's
and
not gonna cut it.
extended.
No.
I mean, I'm sure she could do serious damage with those claws, but
I know she can. But yes, that is D-list.
so stuff like that. So, they're on billboards, they're everywhere, and they like save lives, save the world, just like, standard superhero stuff. But they're all the main like core, or like the most famous ones, they're called the Seven. And that's the one that Homelander's a part of, and he's like the leader. And they're all like evil and bad for their own different ways. Like Homelander, because like in the public they're like, gods and amazing, but behind closed doors they all like have their own like messed up stuff. Like all superheroes really like do drugs, they don't practice what they preach, they're bad people, they're narcissists, yada yada yada. So Homelander, he's like a psychopath. Then there's one guy who's like super fast, his name's A-Train. He's like addicted to drugs. There's like another one, the one who used to be on Gossip Girl, who's not the guy from You, and not the one who dates Blair Waldorf. Nate, him, yeah. He's like the underwater superhero. He's like Aquaman.
What's his bad boy thing?
He's like a rapist. He's like a raper. He's rapey.
That's crazy.
He's a pervert, yeah. He like forces himself on women. Then there's like this one chick. She's a lesbian. I guess that's her secret. But she also has like a drug problem. Not a drug problem, an alcohol problem. But she seems like the most,
Is that the black girl or the white girl? I see two. Yeah.
There's a black girl in there? We haven't been introduced to the black
Sister
girl.
Sage.
Oh, I don't know nothing about Sister Sage. Haven't met her yet. So she's a white woman. But she seems like the most like morally correct out of all of them. And there's a couple other ones, but those are like the main ones. So then they're all bad, right? Like A-Train, the one who's really fast, he ends up murdering a girl because he runs through her with his speed, and he like, literally slices her in half. Homelander's just a psychopath. The guy who rapes, he rapes. So they're all just really bad people. But then, so I thought, okay, so then there's this like band of vigilantes who like come along and try to take down the Seven.
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, oh, they're like, Robin Hood. They steal from the rich, give to the poor. I'm thinking they're like good people. It's not like they're like bad people, but they're all like criminals as well. So it's just like in the leader, he's not like evil, but he's not good. Like if somebody died, he'd be like, we're not going to save them. That's not what we're here for. We're here to take down the Seven. Like we're going on about our day. So it's just like, oh, I thought there would be some goodness in this show, but there really isn't.
What do they bring to the table? They have any powers?
Well, so no, they're regular people.
They have guns?
I mean, yeah, they all are like.
How are they going to bring down superheroes?
So the whole premise of this season so far is there's this thing. They all think that superheroes, they're like, God-given ability. They're like gods, like they were born like this. So there's this thing going around. It's like drugs for superheroes. It's called Compound V. That's the super fast one. He's like addicted to it.
It's giving that vampire show in the South.
True Blood?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Something like that. But yeah, so there's this drug called Compound V. And what they are finding out is that these superheroes, they're not actually born like this. They're born regular children. They put them in incubators and like inject them with this like Compound V to turn them into superheroes. Oh,
they all were, all these people were like baited in the lab?
That's what they're trying to figure out. They're trying to figure out, is it just like the members of Seven who happened this? This is everybody? Or what? Is Homelander like this? Or is he? Yeah, so that's what they're really trying to figure out. But it's really crazy because I'm like, wow, everything's like fake. Like when they fight crimes, they go somewhere and it's all like curated for them. Like the crime might be real, but they like the organization, because all the members of the Seven, they all work for this huge conglomerate who like literally writes their checks and like, you know, pawns them off as these, you know, superhero, whatever. So they'll like have a crime and they'll tell them like, okay, go to the crime at this time, at this moment, and bust them at this exact second, so they can get it on camera. It's just all fake. It's all a facade. So yeah,
Crazy.
it's a good show. I'm just like, where's the sunshine?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get it.
I mean, there's sprinkles of it every now and then. Every time I watch it, I'm like on the edge because I'm like, this person's about to die, and when they don't, I'm like, oh, they spared us this time.
Yo.
And then there's like one scene where like one of the boys, who's the member of the boys, he like kisses a girl, and I'm like, oh, something bad's gonna happen. But it didn't. I was like, oh, thank God. They actually gave us like a piece of joy. Okay. So yeah. It's an interesting show. I would like to get through it.
I wonder how many seasons they have.
They already have 4. So we'll see.
They have that it's kind of a spin-off of The Boys.
Oh yeah. I saw
thing.
that. Mm-hmm. That looks even darker.
I thought it was like a little more satire, a little funner.
That one looks even darker.
Oh.
And I was just like, ugh. I feel like that probed me to start watching this one.
Yeah, I kind of want to watch that one.
We'll see.
It's on the list.
What's up with you?
I went to a wedding. That's why I couldn't record Monday, because I was tired and I partied too hard.
She partied too hard at the little wedding.
Yeah.
How was it?
It was lovely.
Was it?
I got like I told you yesterday.
Like we've already discussed this. It's just
but go along with our acting. It was lovely.
The wedding was outside.
The wedding was outside.
It looks really nice,
Really
outside.
pretty. But the reception was amazing. They had American food and Ethiopian food. The food was good.
Oh, how was the Ethiopian food?
It was good. I got the veggies. I had a good amount of veggies.
Oh, that's
it was
good.
Like eat it with bread. I thought it was really good. I kind of liked it better than the American food. American food was just pasta, and I didn't eat. I think it was chicken. I didn't eat that. Nothing crazy, but I like the Ethiopian food.
Did you see any cute guys there?
No, but I did see a beautiful girl there. That's what I said yesterday.
We said this
This
exact
gorgeous
story.
girl with this big old hair. She was tall, and I heard she was a model, and she wears low-rise jeans with crop tops.
That bitch.
Damn her.
That bitch. Low-rise jeans with a crop top? I couldn't even do that.
I think you could. Sure.
No, I couldn't even do that.
I'm sure you could do it.
No. And my torso's not long enough for low-rise jeans and a crop top. I have a short torso. I could never.
I don't know. I feel like we could make this work.
I couldn't pull it off.
Maybe not a crop top, but a little midriff. I feel like we can make this work. But I can't. Low-rise jeans never. when people in I don't know, no, Gen Zers, when they were saying like, why do y'all wear high-rise jeans? Like what do you what?
You want us to wear low-rise jeans? Be for real.
Yeah.
Our muffin tops will be
gonna
hanging
be rocking
out.
the high-rise jeans.
Right, soon enough.
Right, when you catch that college 15.
Right, that freshman 15, and it doesn't go away, just keeps on building after that for the rest of your life.
You have your adult body.
Yeah. So shut the hell up.
Shut the hell up. I was rocking low-rise jeans in high school too. And I was 100 pounds.
When life was simple.
Yeah, life was easy. But the wedding was beautiful. A lot of Ethiopian shoulder shrugs. I got my thing on.
Shoulder bops.
Little thing. They had that dance floor jumping, actually.
What was jumping?
The dance floor.
Oh, the dance
It actually was not safe.
Not it was actually moving.
It was actually moving. It was 3 stories. And there was like more bathrooms on the first floor. So I went to the first floor to use the bathroom. And I could feel the
vibrations
of the ceiling from them dancing. I could feel it.
Oh.
Like moving.
Could have caved in.
And then when we were on the dance floor, I felt it moving a little bit. And I was just like,
I'm nervous.
There was a lot of people on the dance floor. It was to the point I was just like, okay. I was in the middle. I was like, I gotta get out of here.
Just in case something pops off.
Yes. Exactly. But her Ethiopian dress was gorgeous. I really, really loved it. And it fit her perfectly.
After she had to get it altered 7 different times.
Yeah. Because it was so fragile. I don't know. I guess they sent it big. So she had to keep getting altered. And then I love the way it just hovered over the ground. Like it didn't it was like perfect. That's my favorite. And her dress was gorgeous.
Well, it sounds like it was a lovely wedding.
It was.
That I already heard about.
I know. I want to, whenever she releases the footage, hopefully, of like the actual wedding, I'll have to show you it. Because they did vows.
Oh, they did?
They
Oh my
did.
goodness, how were they? I
They
feel like
were
I've
so
never
good.
gone to a wedding with vows.
Right.
I
forgot-
will definitely have vows at my wedding.
Yeah, they really do it. But yeah, she had vows. And she's so funny. She's so funny. Like the
What did
moment
she say?
like started reading hers, then she was like started crying. She was like
How
before she
adorable.
came and read it, she was like I was like, oh, she was so
How
cute.
precious.
But her vows were really nice. She almost had me crying. Almost had me crying. She said one thing, and I was
Just not there yet.
like, I had to like fan it away. It was her vows were really nice. His were good, but hers are really good. But so cute.
Adorable.
Yeah.
I already heard this story. I didn't hear the vows thing though.
Yeah. I
That's
had
new.
Sprinkled some newness in
Yeah,
there.
you sprinkled some new stuff in there for me.
To
So I wouldn't be hearing the same thing over for the second time.
okay. Like you didn't do the same thing.
Yeah, but this wasn't my mess up.
So it wasn't that bad. And now we're 10 minutes shorter.
Oh, yay. Okay. Are we ready here?
You tell me, go for it.
Think overbearing mother. Think rebellious young teenage daughter. Think mother-daughter dynamics and relationships. Think swap. Think Chinese restaurant. Think Chinese food. Think wedding. Think high school. Think adulting and adult life. Think it's a Disney Channel movie, so of course they're gonna kill a parent, and this time around it's the daddy.
Yeah.
Think we appreciate your concern, ma'am, and that's really nice, but this has nothing to do with you, and this is none of your business, so we'd really prefer you to stay out of it. But she doesn't do it anyway.
Okay.
And that brings us to, drumroll please, Freaky Friday. This is the house that Lindsay built.
When we were talking
Oh yeah,
yesterday,
we were talking about this yesterday.
we were thinking this was going to be our last Lindsay Lohan. Jay was like, unless we do
Herbie Fully Loaded.
And of course I said, hell no. I will never watch that.
I don't know what's your beef with Herbie Fully Loaded.
I don't
You
know.
don't even give it a chance. You've only seen it once, and so you say, and you don't even remember it.
I just feel like it's not good. I just know it's not. It's like too adorable that it's not even fun.
I mean, if we want to keep this a Lindsay Lohan train going, which I do, we've got to make it stretch.
But then I realized we have one more that I'm willing to do, and that is get a clue.
Which is a good one.
Get a clue. There's nothing I can do. Just a classic.
That is a good one.
It's a really good one.
It
But
is.
I'm not. If we're stretching it, if we really miss Lindsay.
Well, that's why every time you ask, like every other week, you're like, Freaky Friday. I'm like, no. Because if we do Freaky Friday, which we're doing right now, I'm like, that's it. We're done. We're done with Lindsay.
I know. I gave you other options. You weren't picking them up.
No, I literally was picking them up, so we wouldn't have to do Freaky Friday.
I know. This time around, I was throwing things at the.
What were
thing,
the
and,
other
like,
ones?
I said, Jawbreaker. You're like too dark. I don't
Yeah.
think I said dark. I love it. I don't remember what else I said.
That's all you said was Jawbreakers.
I probably said some other things. I think I said Sandlot.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't sold on Sandlot.
I don't remember.
And then you said Freaky Friday again. I was like, fine, because you keep on
You-
bringing it up.
You could have said something. Could have gave you options.
I like it when you come up with them. I like it when you come up with them. So I can tell you no.
Excuse me.
Disgusting.
I'm sick.
You know, I said something really funny and they won't hear it now.
What was so funny?
Because you were like, oh, and I'm sick. And I was like, look at that. We're both going through things. I was like, I have 2 concussions and you have a sniffle.
And I said, well, you signed up for yours.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that.
It's not
It's
as funny
really-
the second time around, but the first time I was like, I'm actually hilarious.
Yeah. Sorry you guys missed it.
Yeah,
2
real sorry
minutes.
about it. Summary. Single mother Tess Coleman, Jamie Lee Curtis, and her teenage daughter Anna, Lindsay Lohan, couldn't be more different, and it's driving them both insane. After receiving cryptic fortunes at a Chinese restaurant, the two wake up the next day to discover that they have somehow switched bodies. Unable to switch back, they are forced to masquerade as one another until a solution can be found. In the process, they develop a new sense of respect and understanding for one another.
Lovely. It's very true. That's what happens in the movie.
Yes.
Think it.
Directed by Max Waters and written by Heather Hatch, the film is a fantasy comedy based on Mary Rogers' 1972 novel of the same name.
It's also a movie, huh?
Yes. I will get to that. It was Disney's third film adaptation of the novel after the 1976 film starring Barbara Harris and Judy Foster. Do you know who Judy Foster is?
Judy. I know the name.
Okay, it's good enough. And the 1995 made-for-television film starring Shelley Long and Gabby Hoffman. Now, that one I would like to see because I don't think I've ever... I knew about the 70s one that I've also never seen. But the 1995 one, never seen that one. I'd like to see it.
Friday. And they're all Disney?
These two that I'm referring to are.
I wonder if they're going to give us another one soon. You know how to do
They are.
They are?
They are. I read it somewhere. It is the third. So I said this already. It is the third adaptation for Disney, and it is the fifth installment overall for like the making of this movie.
The fifth?
Yeah.
Let it go, everybody. Let it
So I think Disney did another one, so that's a fourth one, and I think there's a fifth one floating around somewhere.
No.
That's
Someone
just
got their hands on
yeah.
the right song.
But it doesn't have like the title Freaky Friday. It's something else. La 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 la. Budget.
This one. Let's see what we did here. 10 million?
$10 million. Not quite, sweetheart.
Milo.
Yes.
20 million?
20 million. Yeah. You're a little bit. You're some
25.
$26 million. Box office. Hint.
50 million.
No.
Too low?
You are very low.
Oh, 80 million.
No.
90 million?
No.
Too high now?
You're still too low.
Oh, wow. 150 million.
$160.8 million.
Okay. I'm surprised people would go see this like that.
No, it was a banging hit.
Yeah.
The film, I didn't say when it was released. It was released August 4th, 2003. Party rock. The original script for Freaky Friday remake was actually about a psychiatrist's mother with a daughter writing for the school newspaper who wished to interview Gwen Stefani at the House of Blues. But the director, Mark Waters, felt that having both a nerd daughter and a nerd mother basically made them just the same, and switching places was dumb in that event. So instead, he preferred Anna or Annie. Is it Annie or Anna? Anna character to be more rebellious and the mother to be straight-laced. So it would be more interesting.
Good choice, director.
However, the director, Mark Waters, when he met with some of the producers or whatever, he was in a state of his career where he thought he wasn't getting any more director's jobs. So when he pitched this idea, like, they need to be opposites, they were like, he thought, like, oh, he was just such, like, his confidence was so low. He was like, they fired me. I'm not going to be able to do the movie anymore. They're not going to call me back. They hated the idea. And then they called him back and they're like, no, it's fine. We just want you to meet with, like, the executive of, like, Disney Channel.
He was like, tell him. So crazy of an idea. They're going to kill me.
The concept was just awful. They hated every second of it. They're like, no, it's quite all right. We like that idea.
That makes sense.
It makes sense. So initially, Andrew Gunn, who was a producer or something, had hoped that Jodie Foster would play
the mother.
Yes, who played the original Annabelle. I guess this is her name in the 70s
I don't like that
film.
name anymore.
Who played Annabelle in the original 1976 film. They thought that she would hopefully be interested in playing the role of the mother this turn around, but Foster declined, citing concerns that her stunt casting would draw attention away from the film's elements.
Oh, just
like
her
just them putting her in there
That's
for like
fair, I
a gimmick,
guess.
you know, just to be like, oh, she was in the last one, so she's in this one now. She's like, yeah,
I guess that's fair.
just say you don't want to do it. And then, what is this lady's name? Annette Bening. I don't. You know her face, but
Yeah.
we don't know her name. But hold on, I'm gonna tell you what she's in. She's in American Beauty, Death on the Nile. The kids
she's
are
in Death
all
on the-
right.
Yes. I thought it was called Murder on the Nile, not Death on the Nile. I love Death on the Nile.
I didn't like it.
Loved it.
The other one's better. Oh no, that's the one I'm thinking about. Never mind. I didn't like Death on the or Murder on the. That's what you're thinking
Express.
about. Yeah, that one. I didn't like that
Yeah, I
one.
didn't like that one.
That one
They all
sucked.
did it.
But they still made a sequel.
They made 3. There's another one I haven't seen.
Oh.
That he's the, you know.
Oh yeah, with like Tina Fey or something.
Yeah. The Siege. That seems. Denzel Washington. That seems something. The Woman. That seems like something.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, back on track. So Annette Bening, who is in American Beauty, Death on the Nile, The Woman, The Kids Are Alright, that lady. She originally received the role for playing Tess Thompson, and were you saying
I
something?
think she would have done well.
Yeah, I think I could have definitely seen her. Yeah. Annette Bening and Michelle Trottenberg were both originally cast. Annette as Tess and Michelle Trottenberg as Anna.
Oh.
But Trottenberg was forced to drop out because of her television commitments to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm very confused because I feel like Buffy the Vampire Slayer was way over before this movie even started making its round. That's like a 90s show.
Yeah. Let's see what time.
But what her name is, Michelle Trottenberg. That's the girl from like Ice Princess. I think she was on Gossip Girl for a hot second. You know her.
She was on Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
That's what they're saying, but I don't see how.
Oh, that girl. Yes. She played.
Maybe it was a reboot or something.
Oh, she's on Harriet the Spy. Yes.
Yeah.
No, I think Vampire. So it ended in 2003.
Okay, well,
So right in there.
I'm so confused.
I mean, it started in 1997.
So did they have more than one Buffy? How does that work? Was she playing
No, she
Buffy?
played Dawn Summers. I don't know who that is, but she didn't play Buffy. Yeah.
Okay, so Annette Bening and Michelle Trottenberg were both cast. Trottenberg was forced to drop out because of her television commitment to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And she couldn't work out her schedule. And then Bennings shortly dropped out afterwards for unknown reasons. No one
Not
really
without
knows
my
why.
daughter.
Yeah. I doubt that was it. Then Curtis, Jamie Lee Curtis, our favorite, was offered the role of Tess at the last minute after old girl dropped out. So she came in at the last hour. Madonna was reportedly very interested in playing the role of Tess.
No, Madonna.
Absolutely not.
You could never sell boring.
Like, by no means would that have been entertaining.
They would literally
or
y'all would have been
believable.
the same person. Though.
Yeah, it just would not have worked.
No. I was like, you
and
can play Anna.
right. You can play Anna, but that's about it. Lindsay Lohan's audition for Anna wasn't great.
They made her audition.
Yes, but the studio was confident in her acting abilities due to her role in The Parent Trap. And the director felt like she had great chemistry with Curtis, both bringing like an aggressive energy to their roles.
It's amazing.
Casting director Marcy, who cares, said that many ladies auditioned for the role of Annie, which includes Anna, Mishka Barton, we don't know her, Kristen Stewart, our least favorite.
Don't like her acting, but yes, technically.
I mean, I guess, but she'd have just been horrible. Like, she fits the bill, but like at the same time, she would have been bad. I don't want to see her in anything.
Right. Talk about bad acting, Jesus.
So she has one note, flat.
No. Edward.
God, drives me insane, that girl. Okay, Kristen Stewart, Mae Whitman. She has been in, we don't really know her, but she's in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. She's the one who plays the gay girlfriend.
Oh.
I'm not bi-curious, I'm bi-furious.
Yeah,
You can't
but I know
see
you're
it,
talking about.
but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The thing's all messed up.
Be prepared. Wait, what she said? I'm about to F you in the A. No,
I don't know that.
it's a really good.
Evan Rachel Wood, the girl from 13 and Westworld. Do you know that's the same person?
Wait, who is she in 13?
She is not in the movie. These women all auditioned for Anna.
Yeah, who is she in 13?
Oh,
What?
the main girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Evan Rachel Wood, Brie Larson, Captain Marvel.
Yes.
I could have seen Brie doing it. I also could have seen Evan Rachel Wood doing this. Emmy Rosamond, the girl from
I don't know why I thought that was Rosamond.
whatever her name is. The chick from the one where they talk about gentrification, but they're all white, so it doesn't make any sense. Shameless.
Oh. Yes.
She's in Shameless. Her. Kristen Bell. You know Kristen Bell.
Yes, remind me who that is.
The Good Place, Veronica Mars.
Yes.
Definitely could have seen her. Cheryl Appleby. We don't know her. Sherry Appleby, never heard of her. And Danielle Panabaker.
I don't know who that is.
You know those two sisters that were on Disney Channel? Not Allie and AJ, the other two sisters. Danielle and something Panabaker. You know them.
Damn.
One of them's in the one from Stuck in the Suburbs. You know Stuck in the Suburbs.
Stuck in the Suburbs. Oh, yes.
Her. Which I definitely...
Oh, Sky High.
Yeah. Her. Could have seen that for her too. So yeah. Those ladies all auditioned.
I could have seen her.
You couldn't have?
Mm-mm.
I could have.
Maybe she did,
Then Kelly Osbourne was originally set to play Maddie, the lead singer in the band.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it. But withdrew when her mommy got cancer. I didn't like the way I said that at all. Didn't like the way I said that. Didn't like how that was delivered. When her mother, Sharon Osbourne, was diagnosed with
I
cancer.
never heard her mom had cancer.
I didn't know that either. Okay. She was replaced by Christina Valdell, the chick who plays the main girl who sings. Raven Simone, Nia Rivera, you know who that is? Yeah, okay.
Died, right?
Ashley Tisdale, Sophia Bush, she's in One Tree Hill.
Oh.
And Kate Dennings, she's that girl. Nick and Nora's Infinite Playlist.
Oh.
Her. All auditioned to be members of the fictional band Pink Slip.
Yes.
Oddly enough, I could see, except for Raven Simone, and Nia Rivera and Ashley Tisdale.
Yeah. No Disney people.
Well, Sophia Bush and Kate Dennings, I could have also seen playing Anna.
Yeah.
Now, why y'all had Raven Simone audition and y'all didn't give her the role is weird to me because it's Raven Simone. I feel like if you have Raven Simone, it's 2003, the height of her Disney Channel career, and she's auditioning for a Disney movie. You're not giving her the role. That's weird to me.
Yeah, just give it to her.
Like that should have been y'all. She shouldn't even have to audition. Y'all should have asked her.
Half these people shouldn't have.
Half these people shouldn't have had to.
Just been like, I want
Lindsay Lohan shouldn't have. Well, she apparently did terrible in it, so they still gave her the role.
Right. So why are you making me do this?
Well, so not Leslie. And then Tom Selleck was originally cast as Ryan, the fiance. Tom Selleck is the guy with the beard from Friends. Do you know him?
Yes, keep going.
So Tom Selleck was originally cast as Ryan, but dropped out when Annette Bening dropped out from the film. Then Mark Harmon, who plays Ryan in the movie, was also approached to play Ryan, but he only wanted to do it when Annette was in it too. Oh. But he still ended up doing it, so I don't know why he was doing all that hooping and hollering.
I only want to be in this movie for 30 minutes if she's in it.
Right. Then the boys who auditioned for the role of Harry, the little brother, included Spencer Breslin. He's the little boy who's in the Santa Claus, but he plays like the elf, the head elf. Oh. Not the head elf, but like one of the elves.
Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus, the one with Tom.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Him. He auditioned for Harry. Angus T. Jones, the boy from Half and Half, or what's that show with Tiger Blood?
You lost me.
And John Cryer.
Tiger Blood?
The guy who's like Tiger Blood. What's his name? Oh my God. The one who's crazy. Charlie. Charlie Sheen.
No, you're talking about
2.5 Men.
2.5 Men.
2.5 Men. Half and half is a different
That's
show.
what I thought you were talking about, but you threw me off with Tiger Blood. That's all I can focus on.
That was his motto for like 3 years when he was on coke. So Angus T. Jones, the little boy from 2.5 Men, he auditioned for it, and then Darrell Sabara, the little boy from Spy Kids, Junie.
Oh, his name is Darrell?
Yeah, or Daryl or something like that. Daryl.
That's still a strong name. A strong black name.
It's Daryl, but still, that's still pretty black. And yeah, that's all I have for you.
Okay. Anybody was up for Hottie McHot?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Oh my God, I almost forgot. So Chad Michael Murray scored the role because Lindsay Lohan saw his audition tape and she was like, he's hot.
I would like to kiss him, thank you.
The only other person who was noted that auditioned was Jared Padalecki, the guy from Supernatural and Gilmore Girls, which I could definitely see him
like the same person.
I was like, he looks like the same person. I was like, yeah,
they're not the same face.
I was like, yeah, they're like literally the same human,
right?
Yeah, same person if you ask me. And that's all I got.
All right, you ready to dive in, love?
Ooh, I'm about to dive in.
So the film opens with a glimpse into the hectic lives of the Coleman family. Aspiring teenage musician Anna Coleman lives with her widowed psychiatrist mother Tess and her younger brother Harry. The two characters, Tess and Anna, have a strange relationship due to their two opposite personalities and busy lives. So, in this morning, in this hectic, we see Tess trying to wake up Anna a million times. The girl won't wake up. Tess is like going through like an hour-long morning routine and checking in on Anna.
She's pulling her feet.
She's not getting up.
Spraying water in her face. Anna's not getting up, bro. Yeah. She's comatose.
The only time she wakes up is when her brother Harry comes in her room and annoys her. And then this is where
she hates that little kid.
Yes. And that little kid hates her. This is that TikTok. Have you seen that TikTok when people are like, they're like undressed and they're like, close the door and they like, what? I'm dressed. What? I'm ready.
I haven't seen that.
It's like
that's where this is from?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that.
That's what they use the sound, but.
Oh, okay. They use the audio.
Yeah, and they're like, and they change. It's usually like an outfit thing. And they're like disheveled, then they change. Like, what? I'm ready. That's where this comes from.
I see.
TikTok. So now they're off to school. In the car ride to school, we see Harry annoying his older sister Anna. Her mom is like, "Why are you always bullying your little brother?" And Anna's like, "Why don't you see the fact that he
starts with me.
He comes for me."
She's like, "You always take his side. Oh, you're ruining my life."
Yes, very much that.
It's a lot going on in the car.
Yes.
Her and the brother are bickering. They're going back and forth. Then she asks the mom for like, oh, can I get my ear pierced? Like my cartilage pierced? The mom's like, no. And then she drops the bomb. So we find out she's engaged to be married. She's like, I don't think I want my maid of honor looking like that at my wedding. And then Anna's like, oh, you're ruining my life. I hate you.
Do you have your cartilage pierced? Can't remember.
No, I don't have anything pierced besides my regular 2 holes.
Oh.
Do you have something else pierced?
Yeah, I'm a cartilage pierced, but I haven't put anything in there in so long. It really hurts.
I'm sure it's close then.
I don't know if it is. Ugh, it just gets really tight. That's why I stopped putting stuff in there. But I'll try it one of these days.
I see.
I don't know if that closes.
I used to want to get like my entire like earlobe pierced. It's
painful.
And I never did it.
It's painful. It takes like a year to like
heal.
Yeah, like sleep on it. Not even heal. Just like a year to like get comfortable.
That's crazy.
Like just hurts. Like whenever I stop putting stuff in there, because even it just hurt.
I feel like that's not the reality for most people. I feel like that's just you.
I don't know. It's painful. I don't know. I think people just push through.
Anywho, they're in the car. Anna and Tess are bickering as per usual.
And just like to set the scene, Anna is like punk rock. She's like has those cargo pants on. Her shirt is like
she has on low-rise pants.
And I'm sure she's like a metal chain somewhere attached as a belt.
Yeah, she shops at Hot Topic.
Yeah, she shops at Hot Topic. And her mom is very like professional. I help people.
She's wearing all black. Health. She drives a Volvo.
I don't know where Anna got this from. Where did she discover this?
Her dad. Her deceased daddy.
Oh, really? That's where she got it from?
I don't know.
Oh.
Who else she gonna get it
I
from?
don't know. You told me like it was fact.
But you're like, where could she get this personality from? I mean, well, she does have two parents.
Oh, we haven't
We're only
seen them.
introduced to one.
I just can't imagine Tess marrying someone who is not Ryan. I feel like Ryan's a perfect like.
I mean,
straight
I don't
laced-
feel like this dynamic is so weird. You're like, where did she get this from? She has teenage angst, just like every other teenager at 15.
I guess rich white people
Is
being
this
like,
very this is
"Grr."
very standard. I hate my mom. Everyone hates their mom when they're
I know,
15.
but like you can hate your mom, but can you dress like why are you dressing so punk rock? Where do you learn about heavy
This is
metal?
the error. She's white. That's what they do.
Okay, so Anna has made it to school. Before she gets dropped off, she runs into her arch nemesis. What's her name?
Stacy.
Stacy Hickhouse. Hinkhouse?
I don't know. I didn't
And
go through the cast like I usually do. I forgot.
Stacy, oh, it's okay. Stacy is a total biatch, and she's fake AF.
Yeah,
and-
so Stacy comes up to the car. So Tess is dropping Anna off.
yeah.
Stacy comes up to the car and she's like, "Hey, Mrs. Coleman," and Jamie Lee Curtis / Tess is like, "Stacy, hi, how are you?" And then Anna's like sitting in the passenger seat, rolling her eyes, and then Stacy is like, "It's so good to see you, Mrs. Coleman." She's being fake as shiggity, and then so she walks away, and then Tess asks Anna, and she's like, "You and Stacy, what's going on? Why don't y'all hang out anymore? Why aren't y'all BFFs anymore?" And then Anna's like, "Because she hates me."
Yeah,
She's like out to get me.
yes.
And then Tess is like, "Anna, please. Not everyone is out to get you." And she's like, "Oh my God, I can't stand you." And then Anna's like, "I'm leaving."
Tess is a terrible mother. If my daughter was like,
Yeah,
actually
she
hates
sucks.
me, like, why are you so
I
against
really
me?
watching the movie as they swap lives, I was like, the one who really needs to like see how the other one lives
It's
is
Tess.
really Tess needs to see
Because
how Anna lives.
they were on
Her
the-
life literally sucks.
They were on the verge of once Anna became 18, 20, she was
They
never
weren't
gonna,
talking to
They
each
were
other.
never going to talk again.
Ever. Like, they have a horrible relationship. Very
Yeah.
tumultuous.
Yes, but like it's just like the fact that her mom just believed that she was just being.
Always lying.
Yeah,
Always lying.
just like woe is me, but it's not. I'm trying to tell you.
She's like, yeah, I'm trying. When we really get down to the nitty gritty of what she be going through, like, she be going through it.
Yeah, she's really being picked on.
At that time, at 16, I'm surprised she didn't kill herself.
I feel like you say that often. I feel like you say that phrase often. But like, no, seriously, she's a very to what she's been going, what she goes through. She's very. I know she's not positive, but she's very like positive.
She's not positive, but she just handles it well.
Yeah, she doesn't let it get her down.
Yeah.
which is very.
She
surprising.
could let it affect her way more than she does.
I think the band really helps. It's like her outlet.
it's her outlet. And her mom doesn't even like the band.
Right. So this next couple scenes we get like an in look, no, a look inside each of their lives. So Anna's at school. One of the first things we see is her teacher that freaking hates her. He gives her an F on her test. And after class, she's like, "Why did you give me this F on this test?" And he's
The
basically,
book in question is 1984, and she like literally from while she's walking in the hallway with him from A to Z, she like tells him like the synopsis, the meaning behind it, the character development of like the main character. Like she literally tells him everything.
Right.
And he's like, "No, you're wrong." And she's like, "What?"
she's like, "I'm not."
She's like, "I'm literally right." And he's like, "No, you're wrong. An F.
An F, a full F, not even
A
a
full
C.
F." And she's like, "What the heck?"
And then she calls him bald,
And which sends her to detention.
which that might have been her fault, but he is bald, and that's just a fact. So in detention, she
Just stating the facts.
she seems to know. And they also have weird detention. They have like in school detention, not even after school detention.
Yeah.
But it seems like she's often in detention.
She's there all the time because
Yes.
her and the detention monitor, they're click clack.
she
They're
gives her
freaking
snacks
frat.
every time. I don't
Yeah,
know.
they like swap lunch.
Oh, they swap. Is that what they're doing?
The
Okay.
detention lady's like, "What'd you bring today, Anna?" And she's like, "Grilled cheese." And then the other lady's like, "I've got ham." And they switch.
I feel like this might be her only like app. Is this like her only?
Yeah,
friend?
that's her only adversary.
Yes.
That's her only adult friend.
So after detention, she goes to PE, and we see her hang out with. Not hang out, we see her interact with Stacy. They're playing volleyball, and Stacy's like aiming all these volleyballs at her head, at her head, at her head, at her head. Now it's Anna's time to get the ball, to spike it, to serve it, and she
Just gives her a little bit of her comeuppance.
right, purposely aims it at Stacy's head, and for whatever reason, the coach is like, Anna, detention. Well, bitch, where were you?
Where were you when she was aiming the ball at my head 5 times?
When 5 times equals 1 concussion.
right.
Right? Like, getting hit in the back of the head with a volleyball is not nice.
So the PE teacher sends her off to detention for hitting Stacy in the back of her head. And she's back at detention for the second time.
Yes, hey teach. And then, so detention's now over. She exits detention, and she runs into who?
Well, she runs into her 2 BFFs first.
Oh,
Names
God.
Maddie and
Peg.
Okay, great. So she runs into her 2 friends, Maddie and Peg,
They're
who are also members of her band,
So Peg,
Pink Slip.
Peg is another guitarist, and
Maddie is the lead singer. You know what I really like about this movie? How Anna's in the band, but she's not the lead.
Yeah, I love that.
I love that. It's different.
But she's
I love
like
that.
but she's
the lead guitarist,
Yeah,
but she's not the lead
yeah.
singer.
Love
Love that. So yeah, anywho, she runs into her BFF/bandmates, and you know she's going on about her very unfortunate life. She's giving them the rundown, and then as you know, she's talking to them. The one, the only, what's his name? Jake, played by Chad Michael Murray, walks by.
I would like to take a moment for the casting people. Thank you. An actual hottie.
Right.
An actual hottie.
This is what we're supposed to be seeing.
It's not supposed to be like,
We're not supposed to be seeing Aaron Samuels from Mean Girls.
I want to look at that guy and be like, yeah, bitch, I get it. I would be faint too.
It makes it so much harder to enjoy the movie when the hot guy isn't hot.
So much harder.
Just like, what were y'all thinking?
What are we doing here?
Why are we here right now?
Why are you
watching
wasting
this
our
film?
time?
Why are you wasting my time?
Of all of Hollywood?
If the love interest is not hot.
Sell me a dream.
Please.
What the hell?
You're giving me this chicken scratch.
Right. But
I don't want this.
Thank you, because when I saw
You're giving me somebody who I could see any day, every day on the street. And I don't want that.
Yeah, and
I want somebody who I could only see in Hollywood.
Exactly.
I will never see him ever in my life. That's what I want.
I want the guy who was like, yeah, I'm not going to college. I'm going to be an actor.
Yeah, I want that guy.
In my movies.
I want that guy, the hot guy.
I don't want the
It's
guy
like, I'm
who's
too
like,
hot to go to college.
Yes, exactly.
I need to be in movies and films. That's the guy we want. Anywho, so she's talking to her bandmates. As she's talking to them, talking about all the awful woes going in her life, Jake walks by looking finer than ever, and he's in slow-mo. And they lock eyes. She, like, gives him a wave, and he, like, awkwardly, like, turns away.
Like, what's that about, Jake?
And then she's like, oh, my God, he hates me. I'm embarrassed.
So then, after her second detention, she runs into him again.
Did she serve her detention already?
Yeah.
So she's serving her second
one
detention
for the volleyball.
for hitting Stacy in the head. Okay, cool.
She walks out. She drops her books. She picks them up. She looks up. Hottie, hot.
There he is, there to help her with her books.
Hottie. So they start talking. He asks her about, hey, I heard you're in the band. Tell me about it. And she's like, yeah, I'm in a band. We're not, big yet. We're still in our garage phase. He's like, yeah, that's so cool. And then they they're walking outside and he's like, do you need a ride home? And she's like, hell fucking yeah. And he's like, great. Here's my helmet. And she's like, ah.
She drives a motorcycle. And then she's like, you know what? I forgot I have this thing and I can't. And then he's like, your mom would kill you, wouldn't she? And she's like, big time.
I'm
So
surprised.
he gets it.
I'm surprised that she cares. Enough.
Yeah, I'm surprised she did too. Because, like,
just drop me off.
Motorcycles are dangerous. But he's giving you the helmet.
Right, and then drop me off a block in front of the house.
Yeah.
And then drive me in front of it.
As rebellious as she is, I'm surprised she cares. But he's like, look, I understand. Does he ask her out? Or he's about to ask her out.
And then,
lo and behold, right as his fine self, Jake, is about to ask her out, who calls her over and plays cock block? Her bald-headed ass teacher who gave her a detention earlier.
Right, and enough.
He calls her over and he's like, Anna, come here. She walks over to him and he's like, instead of worrying about boys, you should really be focusing on your honors midterm exam. And then she's like, look,
What?
dude, I got it. I'm smart.
Right,
It's all
you're gonna
taken
fail
care
me
of.
anyways.
What I'm trying to figure out is, okay, she's taking some like honors exam or whatever. How is she in honors classes if this man keeps on giving her Fs?
And I'm assuming that's the only class she has to be failing.
That must be so annoying.
So annoying. It has to
But
be
do you know how like what do you do now? Okay, this man is wrongfully giving me Fs. You're affecting my life.
I'm sure she's brought it to her mother's attention, but her mom doesn't believe her.
Right.
That's all you can do.
So, anywho, the teacher pulls her aside. He's like, instead of worrying about, these boys on motorcycles, you should be worrying about your honors entry exam. like he even cares. He just wants to cock block.
Right.
And then she's like, yeah, sure, fine, thanks. I got it under control.
And then while they were talking, Jake was like, I got a blast, yo. I can't fit in this conversation. I'm too cool.
Yeah, I'm too cool to stick around and hang around for you for like 30 seconds.
Right, yeah.
I'm a mysterious rebel on a motorcycle. I have to fade off into the sunset.
I wear a long
So
sleeve
I've
shirt
gotta
over a
go.
short sleeve shirt over a long sleeve shirt over a short sleeve shirt.
And my hair is long.
My hair's long. So he's gone.
He's gone. He
And
left her.
Anna's like, ugh. And so while Anna had this, crazy day, we also get a glimpse into the mom's life, Tess. She is super busy. She's so busy that she has like 5 phones and like she's calling them all and people are calling her. She's looking over paperwork and she like crashes her car into some tire stuff at work just to show how busy she is.
Just to highlight that. She crashes her Volvo.
And then we see the kind of patient she has to deal with. She has to deal with this one guy, I forget his name.
Evan, who's like super crazy, super neurotic. He's like her most needy patient. He's in her office like every day. It's the guy from Sex and the City, Carrie's little flunky. Carrie's gay. It's him. So Evan, he's really needy, her most neediest patient. He's very high strung. And then she's just the wheels are always turning for Tess. Yes. It's always something. It's either her needy children, her needy patients. It's always something she has to handle. Meanwhile, she's getting married. Oh yeah. Which we have failed to mention. She's getting married. So she's planning her wedding. Yeah. But this is what? Thursday?
The wedding's
She's getting married on Saturday. I don't like it when movies take place in the course of like a day.
I know.
This movie, I didn't realize it until I never realized this movie takes place in the course of a day.
Well,
I hate that.
You could say the most important part, but we did start on a Thursday. So you could say Thursday to Saturday.
To a day and a half.
The peak of it is one day.
I hate that. I thought they were stuck like this for like a week. It's literally a day.
That's long enough.
That's crazy to me.
That's all it took.
That's all it took. For
one
them to
day
be
in
like,
life.
this is crazy. You've got it bad. You got it bad over here. But anywho, so yeah, in the midst of this, she's planning her wedding, which is on Saturday. They're calling her about the freaking halibut. They're like, halibut or salmon? Chicken or fish? Halibut. And she's like, ugh.
Give me the best
I've got to figure all of this out.
So back at home, Anna has arrived. She goes into her room to find her freaking little brother playing drums on her guitar. Of course, she's got to kick his ass. Yep. So
get out of my room!
So we kind of see her in the back. Well, we don't really see her. I don't explain it. But while she's doing that, her band is in the garage waiting for her to come. They can hear her like running around trying to chase after her
she's
brother.
Like chasing him. And of course from the garage they can hear the stomps and the hoops and the hollers.
And after she's done with him, she goes down to band practice. She's like, let's do this. And they rock out.
Let's rock out.
Let's rock out.
And the pink slip, they do exactly that. They rock out.
With their cocks out.
So then with their what?
Their cocks out. Actually it's 3 girls and 2 boys.
I love that. I love how it's a unisex band.
Is it 2 boys? I know there's a drummer.
Think it's 2.
What's the other guy do?
I don't know. Another guitarist? I don't know.
What does he do? Okay, yeah. Just one.
Yeah, he's the background guitarist.
It's a full band.
It's a band of 5.
Yeah, solid band. I want to call it.
But who's in the front? The women.
Because I wanted to call it a girl band, but I guess they're diverse. But
yeah, I would have liked it as a girl band.
Huh?
I would have liked it as a girl band.
Yeah. I would always, if I could go back in time and be a white, angsty person, I would love to start a girl band.
Oh, who wouldn't?
Love it.
What would the name be?
Cat Scratch.
That's not bad.
Pussy.
No.
Pussy Stomp.
Pussy Stomp.
Pussy Cat. Never mind.
Mine would be Girl Play.
Huh?
Girl Play.
Girl Play. Okay.
Yeah.
Clitoris action.
Not clitoris. Clitoris power. Clitoris power. Anywho, they're rocking out in the garage. But of course, they're rehearsing in Anna's garage, and Tess literally only lets them rehearse for like an hour because what adult 40-year-old woman wants to hear mediocre rock music in their house for more than like 45 minutes?
But they're actually really good.
Yeah, they are.
You have to admit that. They're actually really good.
I don't remember how they sounded in that scene. I just remember the on and on and on and on. Don't want to go out. Don't need take me
Don't want to
away.
grow up. Don't want to grow up. Don't just want to get out.
Hey, take me away. No,
away, away.
comes a good church solo. Okay.
But Tess
song.
comes home. And,
Round and round, here we go again.
sorry, we're gonna do it again. Like,
Yeah, we're gonna do it again.
so Tess arrives.
Don't
home.
you guys worry.
Don't you worry. Tess arrives home in not a limo, in a taxi because she's totaled her car, and she walks up to her beautiful home and she sees her son Harry run out with underwear on her head. The band's rocking out. She's pissed off.
She's like, "Why do you have underwear on your head?" And then he's like, Anna did it to me. And she's like, "Oh my God." So she just comes into a house that is just completely chaos and disheveled.
I will say,
there's loud music. Her son has draws on the top of his scalp. The grandpa comes in and he can't hear anything.
He's stupid.
I would literally just be like,
honestly, that I would have been like, okay, I've had a long day.
I'd have lost my shit.
Like, everyone shut. I would. That I don't understand.
Right.
Like, cut it.
Why do you have draws on your head? Why is this music so loud? Well, now your grandfather can't freaking hear anything.
I'm done.
And it's just chaos.
So she gets inside, trying to deal with all this, and then boom, someone else comes. Ryan, her fiance.
Beyonce comes in the door.
And he comes with a copy of her new book, because she's just released a book called something.
Through the Looking Glass.
Something.
The essence of
kind of
something.
Old people. This is like, I don't know, dealing with being old.
Yeah.
And growing old.
Aging.
And he's like, "I got your book before it's released. Turn up." And she's like, "Oh my God, you're so sweet."
She's really into him.
And
he's really into her.
Yeah,
they're really into each other.
And at this point, Tess is like, "Okay, it's 5:00. She cuts the power to the garage. Band practice is over. And back in the garage, Maddie,
of course that pisses Anna off.
Yes, she's like, whatever. Maddie is talking to her band members and... No, I'm sorry. Anna's talking with her band members. Maddie gets a phone call, and it's from someone that she knows, letting her know that they have an audition spot tomorrow at the Wango Tango.
At the House of Blues for some Wango Tango
for
thing.
the Wango Tango.
Whatever that is.
So it's like an audition for an audition. I don't know. It's an audition to get...
It's like,
into the Wango Tango.
Is it a music festival? They don't tell us what the Wango Tango is.
Is it another...
But then, it's like really crazy. Okay, because they didn't even have the audition at the House of Blues. A band dropped out, and so they were able to be like the fill-in slot for the audition at the House of Blues for the Wango Tango. I don't know. It's an audition for something at the House of Blues. Yes. That's all we need to know.
So it's tomorrow.
The night of the rehearsal dinner for her mother's wedding. And Anna's like, this sounds great. This is great news, but that's the night of my mom's rehearsal dinner. And then Maddie and Peg are just like, can't you just skip it? And then Anna's like,
I'm gonna try to be a little bit
like understand. Yeah. Like, my mom's getting married. Let's be for real. Like,
I mean, I could ask her, but like,
it's not like just a regular. This is an engagement. We're getting married here. Yeah. We're going to the chapel and we're getting married.
Right.
So they're just like, can't you just skip it? And she's like, I don't know, I can see. And they're like, come on, Anna. And she's like, okay, fine, I'll figure. You know, this scene didn't make any sense to me. What? Because at first they were just like, can't you just skip it? And then she was like, oh, I don't know. And they're like, come on, Anna. And then she was like, okay, yeah, I'll skip it. And they're like, well, what about your mom? Isn't she like super crazy? And isn't this like a big deal? Didn't y'all just fucking ask me to skip it? So why are you now asking me these questions? Maybe Maddie's like, can
you skip it? And then Peg's like,
no, that's not how it goes. No. They're literally like, come on, Anna, this is such a big deal for the band. We need you to skip it. And she's like, okay, I'll try to skip it. And they're like, well, isn't this a big deal? Like, aren't you like the maid of honor? Can you not skip it? And I'm just like, y'all need to pick a lane.
Maybe they're like thinking it through. They're like, actually, maybe you can't.
I don't know, but it annoyed me. It really bothered me.
But yes, they are not very hopeful in the fact that Anna can come, but they really want her to.
So yeah, Anna's gonna have to come up with some kind of plan so she can make this event.
Yes. So after band practice, Anna goes upstairs to relax after a long day. She goes into her room and she catches her brother hanging out with her. Why is her brother he's hanging out with his friend. They're jumping on her bed, reading her diary.
And they have her bras on.
They have her bras on. Leave my stuff alone. And she's ready. She chases them out. She goes to close the door and she realizes
her door is no longer there.
No door.
Her mom has taken her door as punishment for putting underwear on her brother's head.
Well, not just that. She's got detention twice in a day and she failed her English exam.
Oh, so she found all that stuff out.
Because she got a call.
Oh, yeah. So Anna makes her way downstairs and she goes up to her mother, Tess, and she's like, where is my door?
Yeah.
And then Tess is like, ma'am, a door and privacy are privileges in this house, and you don't have those privileges. 1, because you put draws on Harry's head. 2, I heard you failed your exam. And 3, you got 2 detentions in one day. And then Anna's like, Mom, you don't understand. Everyone's out to get me. Stacy's out to get me. And then Tessa's like, you and Stacy used to be best friends. Y'all used to be BFFs. And she's like, yeah, when we were in the 5th grade. And then she's like, my teacher's out to get me. And then she's like, I seriously doubt that your teacher's out to get you. And she's like, he's failing me on purpose. And she's like, I really don't believe that. And then she's like, and then... I don't know. They worked Jake into the conversation, but I don't remember how.
And then I think she was saying he also like ruined this chance that I had with this boy, and then she like stops herself. She's like, why did I say that?
And then her mom's like, what boy? And then she's like, don't worry about it. And then she's like, Anna, honey, how can we get anywhere if you don't tell me things? And then she's like, okay, well, there's this boy named Jake, and he's really sweet and really nice, and he's really cool. And she's like, where'd you meet him? And then she's like, detention. And then Tessa's like, that's promising. And then Anna's like, I knew it. I knew you were going to do this. Oh, you're the worst. You're ruining my life. That's like her go-to phrase.
She is ruining her life.
And she storms off. She is, in fact, ruining her life.
She's not helping.
She's not helping.
Like, be on my side. Like, these things
She's not on her side
It's actually hilarious that she's not lying.
It's crazy that this is like, she's telling me
None of it's her fault.
Right. None of these things are really her fault.
It's enough to drive her crazy.
It would drive me mad.
No one should have...
I want to bring it back to, if I was her, I would kill myself. I want to bring it back to that. This is a lot. You're being bullied by this chick
right.
who sends you to detention every week. You're getting failed by your teacher for no reason. You have no idea. So he's messing up your GPA, your chances of getting to college, and whatever else. And then meanwhile, your mom does not believe you whatsoever. She thinks you're a liar.
Can I have and your
and then your little brother's a shit,
and your mom's supposed to be on your side,
and your dad's dead.
And I think he died like a year ago.
Like literally,
it sounds like he just died
3 years ago. They said it.
Huh?
It was 3.
Oh,
so yeah,
just died. He's been damn shawty. Because I mean, they've been dating
for at least a year, 2 years, and you're already married. Y'all are already. It's not even like she just got engaged or they're just getting serious. Y'all are getting married tomorrow.
So they've been dating for, I want to say 2 years
at least. Yeah, she didn't waste any time.
No time.
That's actually that's not good.
Like, damn hoe.
That's why she hates her mom.
Yes. Why does her mom hate her? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Anna has many reasons to hate her mother.
Yes.
Tess, not so much, to hate her daughter.
So this goes nowhere. And at this point, Ryan pipes in. He's like, who's ready for dinner?
Hey, who's ready for dinner?
What's Chinese?
Meanwhile, Anna freaking hates him.
Yes.
So we're at the Chinese restaurant. Very large restaurant.
It must be really good because they're like the only white family in there.
Oh, are they really?
I didn't see any.
Oh, I didn't pay attention.
I didn't see it. It was like Asian people galore. I was like, this must be the spot.
I didn't take a note. But so yeah, they're at this Chinese restaurant. They're also regulars because the manager, owner, whatever, she knows the family face and name. She know Anna name, Tess name, Harry name. She know about the wedding. She trying to be the caterer. Tess is like, we already have a caterer. She's like, I can still do it.
Right.
It's not too late.
Right.
Chinese.
Right.
Great. And then Tess is like, no thanks. Like, they're on a first name basis.
Right.
So the family's sitting down at the table. Anna, of course, is pissed and sulking. Ryan, trying to play like cool stepdad, is like, Anna,
the door.
I know where your door is. It's under the like it's like in the garage. And then Anna's like, I already knew that.
How's that helpful? You just want me to put the door back?
Right. It's like, you're telling me where it is, but I'm a 15-year-old girl. I can't put the hinges back on the door.
And that's not going to solve anything. She's going to take it back off.
Right.
She might destroy the door.
Yeah. So he's trying to be cool. He tells her where her door is, and she's like, I already know.
If you want to do something, make her put the door back on.
Right.
Talk to her.
Don't talk to me. Yeah. Talk to your girlfriend.
Talk to her.
Talk to your girl.
Talk to your
girl, bro. Don't talk
girl.
to me. Handle your girl.
Handle your girl. Does he not live there? He should be live in that house by now. He doesn't live there.
No, he don't, because he just be popping in.
Which is weird.
So, he's like, he tells her where the door is, and then he's like, I ordered the duck that you really like, and then she's like, I don't care.
The what?
The duck.
Oh. The duck.
The duck. He ordered the duck. She was like, the duck that you really like, I ordered it. And she's like, I don't give a shit.
I don't.
And then the grandpa turns to him, because the grandpa's at dinner too.
Yeah.
He turns to Ryan. He's like, dude, let her come to you. You're coming in hot.
Right.
And then he's
You're
like, if I let her
yourself.
come, she's going to come with a hatchet. And he's like, you got to take it easy. Like,
Let her come.
she's not vibing with you.
Yeah.
Let it go.
He's like, don't embarrass yourself.
Like, give it up. And then Ryan gets up out of frustration. He's like, I'm going to go check on the duck.
Sir.
Meanwhile, Tess turns to Anna and is like, Anna, do you really think you're going to get what you want by having this behavior and this attitude? And then she Anna flips the script and she's like, you know what, Mom? You're right. I'm really sorry for how I behaved this today at school, this evening, and I'm really apologetic for it. And the Tess is like, what do you want? And then Anna drops the ball and she's like, okay, Mom, tomorrow, the Pink Slip, my band, we have an audition at the House of Blues for the Wengo Tango, and it's really important. Gotta go.
Well, her mom actually, I would like to point out, she seemed interested in
She
it.
was at first. And then Tess is like, oh my goodness, that's amazing. That's great. Tomorrow. You mean after the rehearsal dinner?
Girl, you know the rehearsal dinner.
Be for real. I know. After the rehearsal dinner.
We're
no.
going to 12 in the morning.
And then
so.
Anna's like, no, I meant during. And then Tess is like, Anna. And then Anna's like, Mom, it's the biggest thing in my life.
This could actually work out. I mean, they perform one song, and it was like, it's
She
down
could
the
come
street.
after.
She could come after. She could go to the rehearsal dinner, go to the thing, and come back just like they freaking did.
Right. It was doable.
They did it.
It literally, yeah.
They
made it happen.
Yeah, it could have been. They could have talked it out.
We really could have gone without all of this.
Yeah, she just likes
We
to.
could have gone without swapping
She
the
likes
bodies.
to villainize.
Weaponize?
I don't know. She likes to make her daughter into the villain.
Oh, villainize.
Villainize her. I can't get it out. She likes to villainize her own daughter.
So Tess is like, Anna, my rehearsal dinner at la 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 la. Anna hits the, you're ruining my life.
So they take their arguing to the side.
Their
She's like,
argument,
come,
they get up.
come.
Anna storms off. Tess follows her. They get in this argument.
Anna, stop.
What?
Let's talk about what this is really about, okay? This is about your dad, isn't it?
Mom, stop shrinking me. It's not about Dad. It's about the audition. You're ruining my life.
Honey, enough with the drama. Anna, high school is not that hard.
You couldn't last one day in my high school.
Actually, I could, and I would do it without getting a detention.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. I'm sorry that I'm the one thing in your life that isn't perfect.
Perfect? You think my life is perfect?
Oh, I know your life is perfect. Your perfect job, perfect boyfriend, perfect patient to worship the ground you walk
honey,
on.
you need a serious and bracing reality check if you think my life is perfect.
Meanwhile, the owner, manager, I don't know, of the Chinese restaurant.
It's a family.
It's a family-owned.
It's a family-owned
business. The manager owner, she's watching from afar, along with her mother.
Yes.
And then the mother is like, tis, 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 tis. And the manager is like, Mama, stay out of it. Leave it alone. It ain't got nothing to do with us. Mind your business. And she's like, okay, we gonna see. We gonna see. So they're going back and forth. And then the Asian mom is like, that's it.
I'm in.
Time for me to intervene.
Yes.
So in the middle, in the height of their bickering, she comes over with these 2 fortune cookies on this silver platter. And she's like, Fortune? And they're like, ma'am.
Like,
don't you see us talking here? And then she's like, not speaking English. She's speaking like Mandarin. And they're like, okay, let's take the cookie.
She's really holding on it.
Yeah, she's really like, I'm
really
not speaking Mandarin. She's like, I'm speaking Mandarin and I'm not getting out of here until you ladies take these cookies. So they take the cookies from her to get her away. And, I don't know, they storm off. Anna goes into the bathroom and closes the door. Tess is like behind the door and she's like, Anna, sweetie, please come out. She doesn't come out. They both turn around, backs facing the doors, and they both open the fortune cookie. They both open the fortune cookie, which reads,
a journey soon begins.
Oh, you have it on there.
A journey soon begins. Its pride's reflected in another's eyes. When what you see is what you lack, then selfish love will change you back. And then there's an earthquake.
By no means is that like an actual fortune.
Huh?
Fortune cookies be like, money is coming your way.
Fortune cookies don't even do that anymore.
They don't.
They be like, communication is the best thing to do. And I'm like, what is this? This is not a fortune.
Where's my fortune?
What happened to fortune cookies? Did someone get sued? I really think about that all the time because fortune cookies used
they don't tell a fortune anymore.
They don't.
It's like a quote.
It's just a quote.
Yeah, it's like,
I freaking hate it.
You possess leadership.
I think I'm gonna have to look into that. You're right. And it's like a good leader listens. I'm like, what? This is not for.
I want to hear that in 3 days' time.
Y'all supposed to give me
like
numbers.
Good luck will come fruition.
Yes.
Or whatever they used to say.
I must have got sued or something.
In 6 moons.
Right.
I will get a new car. What happened to those?
They don't. I'm gonna have to look into that. But yes, so they read that together at the same time, and then there's an earthquake. And
Earthquake!
And then the 2 daughters went out the bathroom, and they're like, "Oh my god, are you okay?"
Not the 2 daughters.
Yes, the two women. I'm sorry.
The 2 women run out the bathroom. bathrooms and they check on each other like, oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? And they're like, yeah, I'm fine. And then they return back to the restaurant, to the table, to find that everybody seems to be acting and moving perfectly normal. And they're a little perplexed. And they get down to the table with the rest of the family and they're like, did y'all feel the earthquake? And then Ryan is like, what earthquake? And then the grandpa's like, earthquake! Oh! And then Tess is like, you didn't feel that? And Ryan is like, no, there wasn't any earthquake. And Anna and Tess are left looking very confused.
It's like, okay.
And they're like, there definitely was an earthquake, but whatever.
Yeah.
Y'all are gaslighting me, but it's fine.
Totally. So the next morning, or that night, we see Tess and Anna sleeping. They're tossing and turning. And you kind of get like a little spooky hoodoo spiritual
Like a
vibe.
dong.
Yes, a dong.
Dong.
So it's happening, honey.
The transformation is beginning.
Transformation. And no, life. No, Bug's life. Bug's life. He's like, the grasshopper is like, the transformation.
No, I don't remember.
I'll play it to you later. So that morning, Tess and Anna wake up, but the only problem is,
Tess wakes up first.
Tess wakes up first.
Tess as Anna wakes up first.
So Tess in Anna's body wakes up first.
Yes.
And she's like, what happened? This isn't my room. Did I
She's
get
like,
drunk?
why am I in Anna's room? This is weird. What happened to me last night? Did I drink too much? And then she like gets out of the bed and then she's like feeling her body that's not her body. And she's like, this isn't mine. She touches her hair. That's not mine. Then she touches Anna's butt. And she's like, that definitely isn't mine.
Okay, wait, sorry. One random thing that I want to bring up. Anna's hair in the very beginning of the scenes is really like dreadlocky. And then they change it and it's very straight. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
but I'm
really?
glad
I
they
didn't
did.
notice that.
I noticed it was like in the beginning, like right during the time when she's like meeting Jake for the first time. They had a conversation. It's very like
dirty,
but like towards the end or like after that, it's just like straight hair. And I was just
You
like,
mean for the rest of the movie?
Yeah.
Well, I would have to assume it's because Tess is in her body and she's probably combing her hair.
Well, it was like that when she woke up.
Oh, when she woke up.
Yeah. But it was just that's a good point too, but I just noticed that. I was like, oh, did they change the direction of her hair?
So Tess wakes up to find that she is in Anna's body and she's like, WTF, this isn't mine. She goes to the window. She's like, am I dreaming? What's happening? I gotta wake up. This has gotta be a nightmare, a bad dream. And then she makes her way over into her room where she finds her body with Anna in it.
Yes.
And she tries to wake up Anna. And of course, Anna loves to sleep, so she can't get her up. She wakes her up eventually. And then Anna in Tess's body sees her body. And it's not on her, it's on somebody else. And then she's like, who are you? And then she's like, it's me, it's mom. And then Anna as Tess is like, no. Who are you? She looks in the mirror and she's like, oh my God, why am I you? Why are you me? And they're like freaking the fuck out.
Yes. And then my favorite part, she's like, I'm old.
She's like, I look like the Cryptkeeper. She wrong for that.
So they pretty soon realize that they have switched bodies, and it has something to do with the frickin' fortune cookies.
Yeah, it has something to do with what happened. And then so they're trying to figure out how they can get back to each other or get back to their original bodies.
Yes.
They try everything under the sun. They try to run into each other and jolt their bodies back. That doesn't work. They just hurt their heads. And then so meanwhile, while they're trying to figure this all out, Henry walks in, thinking, he's talking to his mom, but he's really talking to Anna. And she's like, what the fuck do you want, you little shit?
No, exactly.
And then he's like, whoa, what's that about? Meanwhile, Tess and Anna's body is like, hi, sweetheart. Why don't you go downstairs and fix you some cereal? I'll be right down. And then he's like, what's going on with you two?
This dynamic.
This is weird.
Yes. So they're discussing like how they're gonna do this day. Unfortunately, since they both have busy lives, they have very important days. Anna has her honors test
entry exam
that she has to take, so she can't stay home from school. And then Tess has to meet up with her client, that Evan, who is very particular, and she has to see him every day or he's gonna mentally combust.
Probably shoot himself.
Right. And she has, a whole bunch of other clients. So Tess is like, okay, so we're gonna have to spend our days in each other's bodies. We're going to figure. So at lunchtime, we're going to go to the restaurant and we're going to figure out what's happening. And then hopefully by then we're back in each other's body and all is right as rain.
All is well in the world.
And at first, Anna is like, I can't be you. This is too much. And Tess is like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Like, I'm so smart. Our high school level exam should be so easy.
I'm genius. Being a high schooler is so easy. And then Anna's like, okay, sure. And Tess is in for a rude awakening.
At first, Tess is in Anna's room and she notices the fact that Anna got a belly button pierce. Sorry, I didn't tell you, Mom. And then she's like putting on like a business suit to go to school. She
literally puts on like a button down blue collar shirt, like black slacks, and then she slicks her hair into this very low bun.
Yes.
And then Anna in Tess's body is like, what are you doing and what do you have on? And then she's like, I don't know why you don't dress more like this. This is so pretty and cute and primp and adorable. And then Anna's like, you can't wear that. And then Tess is like, fine, but whatever you plan on wearing is probably not going to be appropriate either.
Yeah, because she was putting on cargo pants.
Yeah, and so they both agree to dress down,
dress accordingly,
and dress up, dress for their roles, who they're playing.
Yes. So they get ready, and at this point, Ryan arrives, and he's there to bring everyone to school and to work because, you know,
the Volvo's in the shop.
It's in the shop, and this is the first time that Anna is seeing Ryan in her test body, and she's like, I don't know how to deal with this. This is weird. So they get in the car and they're driving, and Tess and Anna are obviously acting weird. Ryan notices the fact that they're kind of like switching their mother-daughter roles.
Yeah, Tess is like sitting in the passenger seat, and she's got her feet on the dashboard, and she's like, yeah, I'm talking to my fiance who I just started dating right immediately after the death of my ex-husband. That's fine. And then Ryan's like, what the fuck? Anna's in the back of the car, and Harry keeps on messing with Anna, but Anna's really Tess. And then she's like, Harry, keep still, behave. And then Harry's like, you're not my mom.
Yeah.
But he really is her mom. So it's chaos. Chaos in the car.
And then Ryan's seeing this whole thing. He's like, what is going on with y'all two? Because this is weird. But anywho, so they arrive to school, and they're about to drop off Anna. Or they're about to drop off Tess as Anna or whatever. And then before they leave, Tess wants to talk to Anna, and she's just like, game
plan. This is what we're going to do for the day.
Yes. And then before she can leave,
I know, right?
Jake is there. And Anna,
Jake walks up to Anna thinking it's Anna, but it's really Anna as Tess. He's like, hey, Anna. And then Anna as her mother is like, hey, I really like this guy. Please play it cool. And then Anna as Tess is like, she's watching him. And she's like, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. And she's like, you don't even know him. Says Anna, the real Anna. Let's just call him Anna and Tess.
Yeah.
As themselves. Okay.
That's what I was going to do.
I'm making it way different. More complicated than it needs to be.
Yes.
So Anna's like, hey, just give him a chance. Like, he's cool. And then Tess is like, no, absolutely not. And she's like, Anna's like, you don't even know him. She's like, I don't need to know him. Look at him. And then so as he approaches, he's like, hey, Anna. And Anna, being actually Tess, is very rude to him and is giving him the cold shoulder. And then he introduces himself to what he thinks to be Anna's mother, which is really Anna. And she's like, oh, hi, Jake. Mm-hmm. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Cool bike.
Cool bike. And then she's like, okay, well, I've got to go to work. And then so Anna tells Tess to walk with him. And
she's like, fine.
Reluctantly, she does.
Tess is off to her day in high school. Jake tries to ask Tess out, thinking it's Anna. And she tells him no, that she's focusing on
school.
She's
like, look, Jason. You seem like a really nice boy, but frankly, I'm really focusing on my schoolwork. And frankly, you're just a little bit too old for me.
How old is he?
This is what I was trying to figure out. Because at one point in the movie, he says that he works there at the school.
Yeah.
So I'm like, is he not a student?
No.
Is this like work study?
Yeah, I think it's like work study.
But I don't know. It was giving. But then after a while, like, they kept on harping how old he was. Yeah. And I was like, she's got to be 16. I was like, okay, so she's like a sophomore. What is he, a senior? I was like, it's not that.
The most I could do is like, maybe he got kept back.
I just thought it was really weird how they kept on
saying
emphasizing how old he was, and then he's like, "Oh, I work here," and I was like, "So do you not go here as a student?"
And he's very mature, and he drives a motorcycle.
And then he even says that he's like, "Yeah, you are too young for me." I'm like, "How old are you?"
He's got to be at least 18.
He's got me thinking he's 21. I'm really confused.
I'm confused. Is this a
I was
community
getting
college?
concerned. I was getting concerned. I was like, "Wait, how old are you now?
Right.
You're 25?"
Exactly. Are you 25?
What the fuck?
He's got to have.
And then he's like, "I gotta go to my second job." Why do you have 2 jobs?
He doesn't have parents.
You're in high school. One job is fine.
He's in Work City. He needs to work.
That's why I don't think he's in high school.
He definitely goes to high school. Jay.
I don't know. They need to make that more clear.
Jay, he's definitely in high school.
It's
For
not,
sure he's
It's
in high
not
school.
definitely. It's not definitely apparent.
Yes. He's definitely in high school.
It was not certain for
But
me.
I think he had to have been kept back and repeated a grade because he's got to be 19.
I would like to know.
I know. I would like them to verify that. And then after this interaction with Jake, Tess goes to talk to Stacy because we know we're best friends. Hey, Stacy girl.
Stacy, how are you? It's so good to see you. And then Stacy's like, "Hi." And she embraces her and gives her a hug. But as soon as she gives her a hug, she takes the top of her shirt and freaking pulls it over her head and pushes her.
She's doing bullying big, honey.
Like, that's not even mean girl. You're a bully.
Like, who does that?
Like, there's a difference from being like mean girl catty,
Yeah.
but now you're physically like being a bully. You're the muscle. You're the muscle bully.
You're the
You're
muscle.
not the catty bully.
Ooh, right.
You're the I'm gonna put you in the dumpster.
What did Anna do to you like that?
Nothing. That's the
Nothing.
crazy part.
And then
So she pushes her, and not only does she fall, but she like falls into like this rack of bikes.
and she like flips.
It like
forward.
flips over. And then Stacy's like, "Let's go."
Let's go. We gotta go.
Keep
and then
moving.
her friends roll up and they're like, "Oh my god, what are you doing talking to Stacy? Are you okay?" She's like, "Yeah, it's just I feel like she played it off as
She's like, "I can't believe her."
yeah."
And then, so meanwhile, Nat and Peg, they come up to her and they're like, "Okay, anywho, back to the situation at hand. Did you talk to your mom?" And then she's like, "Okay, yeah, I did." And they're like, "Okay, what did she say?" "Oh, she told me no." And they're like, "What?" And they're like, "What do you mean? Did you even try?" And she was like, "Girls, this is my mom's rehearsal dinner, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You should really understand." And then Nat is like, "But you say all the time how your mom is ruining your life and how this is so important to us, and you're like really like not even trying." And then Anna, as Tess, is like, "You're the culprits." And then they're like, "What?" And they're like, "Girls, frankly, you should understand that this night is not only important to me, but also important to my mother. And I would never do anything to jeopardize her engagement or rehearsal dinner, okay? Some things just take priority. And you girls should really care about what my mother has to say because she's done a lot for us. She let us rehearse in the garage, this and that and this, and we should be appreciative. Toodles."
You have to mention the fact that they're like, "Well, you said your mom never listens to you and she doesn't care about anything that you do, and that she has been acting different ever since she's dated Ryan."
That's what I was trying to go for. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. Yeah.
So after dropping off Tess at school, Ryan goes to drop off Anna at work, as Tess, of course, and he tries to kiss her, and Anna's like, "Closer, I have a closer."
He's like, "I don't see anything," and he's like, "Right there, right there." He's like, "I don't care," and she's like, "No. Look, I'm thinking of you, thinking of you." And he's like, "Okay, fine."
And before Anna goes off to work, she makes a couple stops, and she stops at a couple of clothing stores, and she stops at a hair salon, and she stops at a tattoo parlor, and she gets a whole new look, a whole new haircut, and the cartilage earring that she wanted as her Anna body.
That's so funny.
And she is like
All on her mom's American Express.
Yes,
I must say though, first of all, that dress, love it. She looks great.
she looks good.
This she did her mom a favor.
Yeah, she did.
She did her mom a huge favor. She gave her a great makeover.
Yes, she really did.
That haircut was not doing anything for her.
It wasn't. She really like a revenge body, honey. She really worked it.
So Anna, as her mother, is strutting down the streets in her stuff, her bags, her fashion, her dress. She looks amazing. And now she makes her way to her mom's office.
And in the office, she's like, the phone's off the hook.
The phones are ringing
before
off
she
the
even gets
hook.
there.
People keep coming in to deliver packages. Fun fact, the guy who comes in, and she's like, "Evan," and he's like, "No, Boris," and he's delivering a package. Apparently, he was the love interest of Jodie Foster's character in the original Freaky Friday 1976 film version.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Okay.
Cameo moment.
I was wondering why they focused on him so much. Okay.
Yeah, so she's got a lot going on. The phones are ringing off the hook. They calling about the halibut again for the rehearsal dinner.
She's like, gross. Halibut? No.
Cancel it. So then, of
She's
course,
canceling
the food
for the wedding. Was
The
it for the
what?
wedding or the rest of dinner?
So what are we gonna eat? The rehearsal dinner, I think. So maybe the wedding. Fuck, who knows? So she cancels the halibut. The phone's ringing off the hook. In walks Evan, though, later. And she's like, Ethan. He's like, Evan. And she's like, right. Evan, I knew that. And then he's like having an anxiety attack because she's about to get married and she's going to go on her honeymoon and she's not going to be available. And he's like, so you're going to be on your honeymoon and you're not going to be available to me like you told me to. So you're a liar. You lied. And then she's like, oh my God, shut up. And then she sits him down. They have their session. It probably doesn't go the best.
It's just a lot of her. Yeah.
But it goes good enough. So throughout the day, we see her talking to all of her clients, all of which she doesn't really have much to say besides, how does that make you feel?
How do you feel about that?
And tell me more.
Tell me more.
Per her mother's advice.
Yes.
That's what her mom told her
Which
to
is
tell her.
Not bad. I think the only thing she interacts with is when this one mom is like, I read my daughter's diary. And she's like, bad mom, don't
She's
do
like,
that.
hold on, you read her diary? And then she's like, yeah, I feel like her and this guy that she's dating are doing something inappropriate. And she's like, no, they're not. Because if they were, she wouldn't be writing about it in her diary. She'd be out in the streets doing it. Okay? You're so worried about what your daughter has going on. You really need to be worried about yourself. Leave your daughter out of it. And then she's like, but her and her best friend haven't been talking. It's probably because this guy probably flirted with her best friend, but really likes her. And now her best friend isn't talking to her because she likes the guy too, but the guy really likes the girl. So you really should just stay out of her business.
Yeah, stay out of it, mom. Facts. It's probably the best advice you got all
Yeah. Why are you reading that girl diary?
Right.
That's rude.
It's not good. So back at school, Tess is in class, English class. This is a teacher that hates Anna. And Tess is like, She's like, I recognize this guy, but I can't put my finger on it.
He looks so familiar.
And the teacher starts class. Everyone quiet down. Pop quiz. And Tess is like, oh my God, what is it going to be about? And the teacher's like, pop quiz on Hamlet. And she's like, perfect. I was in the play Hamlet. I starred in it. I know everything it's about Hamlet. I'm going to do fine.
So then
high school so easy.
He goes to like one of the idiots in the class and he's like, who's the main character? And he's like, and he literally like gives him the answer. He's like starts with like ham.
Right.
And he's like, ends with a T. And he's like, and he's like, Hamlet. He's like, Hamlet. He's like, B-. So then he makes his way over to Tess and he's like, Anna, tell me about the character development throughout the film and the symbolism that goes on after Hamlet's father dies in Act 1, Verse 3, Scene 11. And then she gives, like, a college grade level answer.
Yes, perfect.
And he's like, ha! You completely missed the mark. Absolutely not. F. And she's like, what? F. He's like, you heard me. F.
Is no one else seeing this? Because like at that point, I'd be like, we gonna have to.
Is no one else bearing witness to this?
We're gonna have to report this.
Because this is crazy. Abuse. Child abuse, nonetheless. So once the class is over, yes, Tess goes up to the teacher and she's like, whatever your name is, can you please explain to me how I got an F? That was a college level analysis.
Yes. And
he goes on and on about how it wasn't and yada, 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 yada. And then she repeats his name. I think it's Norman Bates. No, that's
Norman Bates doesn't think it's a serial killer.
Yeah. Literally. That's literally from whatever that movie. Yeah, I was wrong. Not Norman Bates. What's his name?
His name is Mr. Bates.
I knew it was Bates.
Okay,
Mr. Bates. And then she's like, Bates. Elton Bates. And then the wheels start turning for Tess.
You mother lover.
She's like, I know you. You went to high school with me. I mean, my mom. and you had this really weird crush on her, and you were obsessed with her, and you asked her to senior prom, and she told you no, and now you're taking it out on her daughter, me, Anna, and that's why you've been failing me this whole time. And then he's like, and she's like, well, let's see if we take this to the school board. And how would they like it if their teacher was failing a student just for some petty high school trauma that you went through 20 years ago because you had a crush on her mother? I don't think they would take it too well, Mr. Bates. And he's like, and then she walks off and she's like, moving forward, you will no longer be failing me. And FYI, Elton, my mom, she had a boyfriend. And you were weird.
Amen. Also, we still need to take this to the school board because this is unacceptable.
Unacceptable. And she needs to get back pay for her grades.
She needs to get
like, he needs to go and correct literally every single grade.
How can we can't trust him?
He's non-trustworthy.
That is scary. That's a scary way to act.
Horrible.
We need to, because he needs to be, like, in jail.
That is
sick.
That's really
Could
weird.
you imagine what he's doing to a child's daughter from, like, he can't be trusted. I don't like it.
Yeah.
These are big red flags.
Very large. Very large.
He hates women.
Okay. Fair.
So it's lunchtime. So we survived the day. Anna picks up her mom in her car that's, it's ready for pickup. She's got her new look, and Tess gets in the car in shock that her daughter has given her body a completely new look. And she's like, what the hell are you doing?
What did you do to my hair? What is this piercing you have in the ear? And then Tess is like, I can't believe you. And Anna's like, Mom, calm down.
Calm it down.
I did you a favor.
You're
and
hot.
then she's like, I did not want to look like Stevie Nicks the day before my wedding. And then Anna's like, who's Stevie Nicks? First of all, you're into all these rock bands, metal, and you don't know who Stevie Nicks is?
She said, who is he?
Pink Floyd is.
Who is he?
Who is he? She says. He. Stevie Nicks.
Yeah, that is true. She should know the classics.
Anywho, so they're in the car. They're driving to the restaurant. They're trying to get to the bottom of this. They pull up at the restaurant. They see the manager, owner, daughter, whatever. And they're like, why do I feel like her name is Pepe?
Pepe.
Oh, it's Pepe.
P-E-I-P.
Oh. They're like, Pepe! They go in. They're like, Pepe, we need to speak to you. And they're like, oh. She's like, hey, you guys coming for lunch? Want a table? The wedding. I can still cater. Right. And then she's like, actually, Pepe, we have something very serious to talk to you about. And she's looking kind of suspicious because, like, she already feels like she has an idea of what they're going to talk to her about. And then she was like, this morning, Anna's doing all the talking. Or Tess is doing all the talking. Tess is doing all the talking as Anna. And Tess is saying, this morning, me and Anna didn't wake up quite as ourselves, if you know what I mean. And then she's like, no, I don't. Was the fish bad? The duck was bad? I'm confused. And then she's like, no, Pepe, it has nothing to do with the duck.
She sees her mom in the corner, and she's like, Mom, they start speaking in Cantonese. She's like, Mom, did you give these ladies the fortune cookie? And the mom's like
speaking in Cantonese, and she's like saying something. She's like,
yes,
you should have seen them talking and bickering. I had to step in and intervene and do something. And then so Pepe's also talking to her in Cantonese, and she's like, what you didn't know and what you didn't realize, what you shouldn't have meddled for, is because Miss Coleman is getting married tomorrow. Her rehearsal is tomorrow. And then
today.
The mom's
her rehearsal is today.
Oh, today. Oh yeah, it's Friday now. Oh yeah.
And her wedding's
wedding is tomorrow. Her rehearsal dinner is tonight. And then the grandmother is like, no one tells me anything.
No one tells. And then Pepe turns back to them. She's like, I don't know what's
yeah,
going
she's
on.
like, we don't know what you're talking about. She's like, oh, she has no idea, no clue. And then she's like, no, Pepe, we know y'all was saying something over there in Cantonese. And then Pepe's like, okay, fine. And she's like, but there's nothing I can do. The fortune is done. The prophecy has come forward. And you are the only ones who can fix it.
Through being selfless.
Yeah, you have to do what the fortune says, and only you can do it, and that's how you guys switch back. I can't do anything. Yes. It's out of my hands.
And the only positive is now the Chinese restaurant will cater because Anna tells her mom that she got rid of the other caterer. So she's like, so we do cater, yeah.
Like, so I can cater. See, silver lining.
Better be for free.
No, literally for free.
So after they leave the restaurant, all discombobulated, Anna is really upset. She's like, "Oh my god, mom, what are we gonna do?" I really like this part because like they like really hard on each other, but they like are like sweet sometimes.
Yeah.
And, like, she's like, it's okay, we're gonna figure this out. And they're like, Tess is like holding her. She's like, everything's gonna work out. Anna realizes that Tess's phone has been vibrating all day, and then Tess looks at it, and she's like, oh my god, I forgot about Harry's parent-teacher conference. You need to go do that, since we can't change back. You need to go to Harry's parent-teacher conference, and I need to go take your test. So, fortunately, we not change back. We have to finish the rest of our days. Let's go. So at Harry's parent-teacher conference, Anna arrives, and she is not concerned, doesn't really care about number 6. She's not interested because she hates her little brother.
The teacher is like, I'm concerned because Harry is being bullied. And she's like, character development.
Which is surprising because he kind of seems like a bully. He also has like 2 friends. I'm like,
yeah, interesting.
And then she also mentions that he's struggling in math. And she's
like, hold him back.
Yes.
And she's like,
and then she's like, okay, let's pivot.
She's like, let's pivot. She's like, but he does exceptional in English. Here's a paper that he wrote recently about his sister. And then she's like, what? His sister? So she reads it, and it reads something to the effect of, my sister Anna is the coolest person I know. Do you have it down or something?
No.
Oh, you were looking at it.
Yeah, I was looking at you looking at it. I just wrote that, how much he admired her.
Oh, yeah.
And how that,
it's like, my sister Anna is the coolest person I know. She's in a band, and she can play the guitar so well. And then Anna's reading it, and she's like, oh, my God. He loves me.
Right. So after this, she decides to be nice to him.
And then she walks out, meets Harry, and then Harry's like, what did she say? And Anna's like, well, she told me about the paper that you wrote about Anna. And she's like, why do you act like you hate her so much? And he's like, no.
And he's like, please don't tell her. I don't want her to know that I actually like her.
And she's like, why not? And then he's like, because we enjoy hating each other so much.
It's fun. He's like, this is fun for us. Like this banter that we have.
He's like, I love this. This is quality time for us. And then she's like, okay.
Yeah, well, you're driving her insane, but okay.
And then she's like, okay. And she's like, you're not as big of a twerp as I thought.
Yeah. So back at school, Tess is ready to take Anna's honors test. Before she enters, she runs into Stacy again. And she's like, Stacy, what happened to us? Why are we acting like this?
We used to be best friends.
I don't know what happened.
Sleepovers, shopping trips. What's going on?
What happened? And Stacy's like, you know what? Come sit by me. Let's squash this.
And then Tess, being so proud of herself, she's like, see, communication.
She thinks
that's all you need. Smart. She's so proud of herself.
She's so better.
So they go and sit down. Anna and Stacy, they sit next to each other, and they're taking the test. Meanwhile, Stacy's writing something down, a little note for Anna.
Also, I want to point out, Tess is struggling. She's like,
she's like pi over c to the square root of pi plus x divided by n. When did we add letters?
Right.
She's not
as easy as I thought she was, huh?
Not as easy as she thought it was.
Mm-hmm. She probably failed it for her.
So meanwhile, she probably failed the test. So meanwhile, Stacy's writing this little note that says, I'm so glad we're friends again. And she shows it to Tess, and she taps her on the shoulder, and she's like, look at this note that I've just written you.
Yeah.
And then Anna leans over her shoulder to read the note, and she looks at it, and she smiles. And then while she's reading the note, Stacy raises her hand. Mrs. Bukowski!
Anna's cheating on my test. She's like, what?
She's like, what?
Working scratch.
What a bitch.
So,
of course,
detention.
She's in detention.
I love how she sees like everything. This is how I get tense into detention so easily.
Right. Because see how easy it is?
Yeah. See how easy it is.
Yeah.
So while she's in detention, she's even worse than Anna.
She's worse.
Tess realized the teacher has fallen asleep, and she's like, and time to go.
Yeah. I'm not cut out. I'm not cut out for this.
So she sneaks out, and she leaves, and she runs into Hottie Hot Jake. And Jake, and she learns that Jake is not there attending detention. Jake actually works there. And he doesn't just hang around detention because he wants to. This is his job.
This is his job. And then she's like,
that's pretty cool.
Oh. And then so he's like, yeah. And he basically tells her that he has like the key to the teacher's lounge where all the scantrons are.
If you want to finish your test, I can help you do that.
And then she's like, sure,
Bet.
take me there. So he takes her there. They set up. She's in there. She finishes the test. She's all done, and she puts her Scantron back. But when she puts back her Scantron, she notices Stacy's Scantron in the pile. Of course, this is a great opportunity for Tess to take revenge, not only for herself, but for her daughter.
She cares for her daughter.
So she takes a pen and pencil. She erases the answers that Stacy has on her test and instead writes, I am stupid on the Scantron.
She's funny for that.
She's hilarious.
Like, you too big to be being
Yeah, you too big to be doing that behind a little 16-year-old girl now. Like, I get it. Damn, bitch. You wrong for that.
I'm stupid.
I'm stupid. They're let her take it again. And then so while this is all happening, Jake is watching in like confusion. He's
disgust.
like, this isn't nice.
Not nice. So back at home, Anna has arrived after a long day, and she's greeted by Ryan. And Ryan there is like, oh my God, I have a surprise for you. And she's like, no, I want to go. I think she wanted to go grab the fortune so they could read exactly what it said, so they start this whole admin process. But she didn't have a chance to do it because she's pulled away by Ryan and her grandpa. They're like, come on, a surprise. So I think she's blindfolded, and she arrives somewhere, and her blindfold is removed, and she realizes she's in like a audience. What do you call it?
She's at a studio.
A studio. And Ryan tells her he got her an interview to discuss her latest book. That is not a good surprise. Can I say that?
Right.
Don't surprise me with, hey, you're about to go on TV in 5 minutes. I hope you're mentally prepared.
I guess the real test could handle something like that.
I would punch you in the face.
But the day of the rehearsal, that's just too much
too
going
much
on.
to do.
Right. Like, why are we doing this the day of the rehearsal dinner?
Why are we doing this? Men don't think. I really don't think they think.
He didn't think.
He didn't think.
So yeah. So they're there.
We're here.
We're here at the rehearsal dinner. And
Tess,
not
Anna,
the rehearsal dinner. We're here at the studio.
Yeah, and Anna has never read this book.
She
probably didn't even know her mom was writing.
She doesn't even know the title, I'm sure.
She doesn't even know what
She doesn't know
means.
what's it about, what's the concept. She might not even know who the author is.
Good one.
That's how oblivious she is to this book. And she's freaking out. She's like, whoa, I can't. This is really sweet. But he's like, no, you've got it. So then she goes up there, she sits on stage, she's like freaking out, she's asking people questions, she's asking like the makeup artist, like, hey, have you read this book? And then the makeup artist is like, no, stop moving. And then she's like asking anybody, she's like, the camera crew, the production guys, they're like, have y'all read this book? And they're like, no.
No.
But it's yours, so you should know what's going on. And so she's freaking out.
Yes.
So then she's greeted by the host, whose name we don't need to know. But this is her show, and she's like, hey, thanks for coming on. We're just going to do this real quick, 20 minutes,
20 minutes, a long
bing,
time.
bang, shebang, and then, you're out of here. Thanks.
And it's actually funny because the host, she was like, this is one of the few books that I actually read, so that doesn't help.
Oh, right.
She actually read the book.
Right.
Which I don't even know when she had time to read it because I think it just came out, but whatever.
So, as Annie is sitting up there, the interviewer starts to ask those probing questions. So,
Tell me about the book.
Tell me about the book.
Number one.
And Anna's like,
This is what she gets from it, and she's basically starts talking about how grown-ups should do less and how they should be more free and stop caring about things that no one else cares about.
Leave your kids alone. They don't want to be bothered.
Yes.
Stop cleaning the house. Just leave it dirty.
Yes.
Stop washing your ass.
And then, like, if good stuff happens, scream. Let people know, I just got a new job. What?
This guy who I like just asked me out. Scream until the top of your lungs.
And then she asks, the audience to scream with her. She's like, that was a weak scream. Let's get louder. And then they start screaming. And then, so back at school, Tess, after doing the whole I'm stupid thing. Tess and Jake, after doing the whole stupid thing,
they're walking out of the teacher's lounge.
And then they see on television her body, her daughter, on national television doing this whole screaming thing. And she's like, what the fuck? She's grounded. And Jake is like, oh my God,
your mom is so cool.
I love
and
this.
She's like, cool, she's dead. And he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
And literally she's being
she's crowd surfing.
Like the crowd loves her.
The crowd is going wild for Annie as Tess.
So Tess is freaking out at this point, and she's like, Jake, I need a ride home. Please take me home. And Jake is like, nah.
He's like, I thought your mom didn't want you on motorbikes.
She's like,
and then she's like, they'll be all right. She'll make an exception for this. This is an emergency. It's fine. And then he's like, you know what? you're not the girl who I used to think
He's like,
you were.
well, this is when we learn. He's like, I gotta go to my second job.
And then he's like, you know what? I can't bring you home. I'm late for my second job. And she's like, please. And then he's like, and you know what? I saw what you did to Stacy's test. That wasn't cool. And then she's like, whoa, are you gonna give me a ride or not?
Sir? Okay, if you thought it was so uncool, why didn't you stop me?
Right.
You cared so much. You were such a superhero, and you're so
if you were so moral.
Yeah, why didn't you freaking stop me, you douchebag?
And he's like, you know what? I saw what you did to Annie's test, and I'm gonna be late for my second job. And you know what? I think you're right.
Do you think?
Maybe you are too young.
Do you think Anna would have done that? I'm stupid.
Maybe. I don't see why not.
Think she's vengeful?
Shit, I would have done it.
She needs to be.
I don't know if she is. Rip that shit up so fucking quick. We can't find the test. How about that?
How about that? She didn't show up.
She didn't take it.
Tardy.
Yeah.
Absentee. Okay. So
he drives off, and then she's like, come on.
I need to drive.
It was just a joke. Don't let her retake the test.
Yeah, some of it part. They're literally take the test. So back at the studio where Anna was getting interviewed, Ryan and the family's waiting for Tess. I think it's Tess.
He asked one of like the TV crew, like, "Hey, is Tess Coleman coming out anytime soon?" And he's like,
she gone.
The TV crew is like, "No." The host, whatever her name is, escorted her out of the building. But look, she signed my butt before she left.
And he's like confused.
And he shows him his
right.
ass cheek.
And Ryan's like, "Oh,
he's like,
this?
what the fuck?
Who's this person?"
He's like, who is this woman that I've been dealing with all day?
Yes. So I guess after Anna left and ditched her family, she went to the coffee shop. And guess who's there?
Jake.
Hottie
coffee
McHot.
shop. And she's like, hey, can I get a mocha latte? And he's like, Mrs. Coleman? She's like, Jake, oh my God, what are you doing here? And he's like, I work here. And she's like, yeah, duh, of course.
You do.
And he's like, look, I caught the show. It looked really cool. You looked great up there. And she's like, oh my God, thank you. And he's like, hey, my break is in like the next 10 minutes. Do you mind like sitting down? And she was like, oh no, of course. Sure.
Yes.
So they sit down and they're chatting over coffee
and music.
They're talking about music, all their interests.
They're vibing.
Can I point out? They're talking about all the, I don't know, Sid Vicious, Pink Nails, 9 Inch Nails, whatever, Aerosmith, whoever. They're talking about all these bands. And then the song Hit Me Baby One More Time
when
comes on.
I'm not with you, I lose.
But it's not Britney Spears.
It's not Britney Spears' version. They couldn't clear it. They couldn't clear it.
I know. I feel like they were saying, is Hit Me Baby One More Time not originally written by Britney Spears?
Impossible.
I feel like that's what we learned in that film. I feel like people, redo songs all the time. I was like, is this not a Britney Spears original? That was very confused. They confused to me.
They confused her. How dare you, TV?
Well, I don't understand why they were acting like it was a rock song. That's very confusing.
It's just like a cover. But yes, they love that song. They sing it together. They're vibing. And then at this point,
they have like this longing look into each other's eyes.
Anna's like, I'm taking it too far.
And then she, after like staring at each other's souls for like 20 minutes, like, oh, no. She's like,
oh no.
Oh.
She's like, what have I done?
She's like, what time is it? I've gotta go.
She's like, what have I done?
And then he's like, wait, where are you going? And then she was like, I'm late for a rehearsal dinner, a wedding rehearsal. And he's like, oh, who's getting married? And she's like, me.
He goes, you can't really be getting married.
His heart sank.
He asked us, you can't really be going through with the marriage, can you? Like
they've been dating for like 6 months.
We had a 10-minute.
We had a 10-minute coffee.
We flirted for 10 minutes. You think I'm gonna call off my marriage for you?
Right. And then he's like, no, you can't be serious. And then she's like, I wish I wasn't. And then he's like, are you really gonna go through with it? Yes, dude.
Yes. Yeah.
We've been talking for 10 minutes. I've been dating this guy for 2 years.
Can you drink liquor?
How old are you? Right. He was like, no, you can't be getting married. Like, in what world do you think this is an option for us?
Yes.
Is this a reality? Because it's not.
He's ready to risk it all.
Like, he was literally like, wait, what are you talking about?
Love.
I'm in love with you. You can't be getting married.
Yes. So, at this point, he's like, at least let me drive you home. And she's like, oh, okay, which is the worst answer? Like, what are you doing with your car? 2, what? Why? What?
Right.
Why is that the solution? She was just about to run off. She's like,
and then he's like, yeah, at least let me give you a ride. And she's like, okay.
So she gets on the back of his motorcycle. He's driving her home, and fate be fating.
As fate so has it.
Guess who sees her on the back of that motorcycle, hugged up next to Jake? her fiance,
The one, the only Ryan.
and he looks, he does a double take, and he's like, Tess, is that you? Tess can't hear him. I don't know. She's in La La Land, and he literally screams out, Tess, Tess, and she drives off with her new lover. And he's like, what the fuck is going on? So
Crazy.
at home, Tess, as Anna, is getting ready for the rehearsal dinner. She's got her black dress on. And then when Anna walks through the door, and she finds a fortune, she's like, okay, great. This is a start to, help the switch. And when Anna arrives home, all happy and love, she's like, where have you been? You're late. We have to get dressed for the wedding rehearsal. Let's go. And then Tess just like yelling at Anna for everything. And then Anna is like in La La Land. All she thinks about is Jake. And Tess tells her that, you realize you can't date Jake. And then they get on the topic, well, I can't marry Ryan. Like, what? I know I can't date Jake, but, I can't marry Ryan. So I know what you want to do. I know you're getting ready for this rehearsal dinner and your wedding's tomorrow. But I also need you to realize that
this ain't gonna work.
This ain't gonna work because please don't make me do this.
What number are we on?
8.
Okay.
And then they also get the topic of Tess's, new marriage, and Tess asks Anna once again, "Why don't you like Ryan?" And she's like, "He's all right. And
He's a fine man.
He's all right.
He's okay."
And then Tess is like, "But he's not your father." She's like,
Exactly.
And once again, it's like, I don't care if you get married, I really don't, but just don't make me, do it.
I don't want to get married.
I don't want to do it. But they are interrupted by the conversation when a pissed off Ryan storms in looking for Tess, clearly upset about the whole
Tess. And then he comes in and he's like, "Where were you today?" And then she's like, what do you mean? And he was like,
dude?
"I was on my way here, and I
Okay.
see you riding on the back of a big black Harley
And she was
with
like,
some guy." And then she was like, "It was a Ducati."
So, and then Tess walks in and she's like, "Oh no, Tess, that's Anna."
Oh,
And she's
so
like,
she comes in, yeah.
and she's like, she did that as a favor to me. Jake is some guy that I like, and I asked my mom to see, talk to him.
He drives a motorcycle. My mom was like, "I can't ride on the motorcycle until, I meet him and everything like that."
Yes.
So she was just getting the opportunity to meet him. And she approves.
Yes.
And then Anna is like, "Really? You do?" And then
she's like,
Tess is like, "Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I do." I was like,
yes.
My brain is starting to get jumbled.
Right. And then Ryan's like, okay, whatever. And then Anna and Ryan, they walk downstairs because it's time to go to the rehearsal dinner. And then this is when Tess hears Jake outside singing.
My loneliness is killing me, and I'm a confess. I still believe when I'm not. He's doing the whole song.
Yes. And then Tess is like, oh my God, I have to go stop him. So
she runs outside. She makes a run for it. She runs down the stairs so quick. She bumps into Ryan and Annie. She's like, "Excuse me." She makes it for the door and she is running. She is bolting for him. And she tackles him to the ground.
just as he's saying,
Hit me, baby, one more time. And she hits him. And then so she pulls him by the tree and she's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And then he's like, "Look, man, your mom, she's so amazing. I just want to talk to her." And then she's like, "Stop it. She is getting married tomorrow. What are you doing here? She's old and you cannot date her." And he's like, "Yeah, obviously I don't think we could actually have a relationship, but she's just, she's so amazing. I just want to talk to her." And then she slaps him and then she kisses him. And he's like, "Look, Annie." He thinks it's Annie, but it's really Tess. He's like, "Look, Annie, you're great.
Anna.
You're whatever. You're beautiful and everything. You're just not her." And then she's like, "Enough of this. I've had enough. Stay away from my mother. Do you understand?" And then she walks off. She walks up to Annie as Tess, and she says, "Well, at least I can tell you he's interested in you for your mind, not your body. I can tell you that much."
I love that. Also, I don't know. That's gonna be a really weird transition. I know it's just a day, but that's not too long.
He was literally so in love with her, and then all we had to do was see Annie play the guitar, and he's like, "Oh, I'm in love with Annie again." I'm like, "You're a flip flopper," and I don't like that.
He's gotta be watched.
He's gotta be watched.
Watch him.
He's dangerous.
Okay. So at the rehearsal dinner, Tess and Anna, they're, kissing babies, greeting the family, and they step aside to reread the fortune. And then they realize that they have to be selfless in order to switch. And Anna's like, "Okay, great. This is never going to happen. We're fucked." So they're discussing this, worried. And then Anna gets distracted when she notices that Jake has arrived. He's in the building. And she's like, oh my God, I can't believe he's here. And then at this moment, Anna's bandmates have also snuck in, Maddie and Peg. And then while Tess has Anna. Anna has Tess. She's looking away. They grab Anna's body and they pull it to their side. And Anna's left there being like, where did my mom go? And then Tess is like, who just grabbed me? So it's confusing. So they have arrived. And they're basically like, okay, we're here to sneak you out to perform. Your mom's never gonna know. It's down the street,
like 20 minutes away, not even 5 minutes away. It'll take 20 minutes, and you'll be back before like anybody even gives like a big speech. And then Tess is like, no, y'all don't understand. I literally and figuratively cannot do this. And they're like, no, but we need you to. And they're like, she's like, no, you're not understanding. I cannot do that. And
while that's going on, Anna has grabbed Jake and pulled him behind the bar. She's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, I really just love your mom. I really just love you.
He's like, I just want to talk to you. And she's like, look, it's so sweet of you to come, but like, I can't. I'm getting married. This would never work. Yeah. Yada, yada, yada. My fiance is right here. And then Ryan, of course, being the cock block that he is, he's coming around looking for his wife, his soon-to-be wife. And then she's like, look, I gotta go.
And then at that moment, security comes. They have found Maddie and Peg trying to duct tape and kidnap Anna. And they're like, listen, dude, I know that you don't...
So they now come up to...
Oh, yes.
So the security presents Maddie and Peg and the almost kidnapped Tess to Annie as Tess and Ryan.
Yes.
And they're like, we see these people trying to sneak into the party, sir.
And then Annie as Tess is like, I know you don't care about her band, but they're here to like sneak her because they have this big concert down the street. And then the bandmates are like, come on, dude. Like,
come on, Mr. Dude.
Yes, come on, Mr. Dude.
We really need this. We'll never ask anybody for like anything ever again.
And he says yes.
He's like, go.
And they're like, what?
And they're like, what? And then
everyone's like, what?
Tess as Annie is like, wait, what? You're gonna let him go? And he's like, go. I don't like how aggressive he is with it though. He's like, go now. I was like, okay.
I don't think he was that aggressive.
He was a bit. He was
I know he was upset because one, he's upset he didn't even know about it. Like, why didn't you mention this to me?
Well,
and two,
Annie doesn't like him, so that's why.
No, I mean, why didn't Tess mention it to him?
Because she's been Annie for the past day.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't think she would have anyways.
So lo and behold, the reason why he told him to go, he was offended.
Yes, upset.
When Annie, as Tess said, I'm sure you don't care about her little stupid little band. Can we insert this? I'm sure you don't care about her little stupid little band, but that's why they're here. And he was like, stupid little band? Tess, when I proposed to you and I started dating you, I knew you came with baggage. I knew you came with 2 kids and they come first. And I respected that. And I appreciate that. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
But this marriage is never going to work if you pin me as some guy who doesn't care about what's going on in these kids' lives.
Right. You pin me as the bad guy.
Pinning me as a bad guy.
You're using me as a scapegoat. And I didn't even know there was a goat to escape, bitch.
Yeah. And so he's going on a rampage and he's like, I care about these kids just as much as you do. And for you to sit there and think I would never care about any show, I'm offended. And she's like, whoa.
And then Annie,
sorry. This is Annie hearing all of this. And she's like, whoa, I didn't really know you cared that much. And he's like, of course I do.
Care.
And then she's like, okay, well.
And then he also tells her, like, you should go, see your daughter. I'll hold down the fort. Go.
Oh, right. And then she's like, really? And he's like, yeah, I'll hold down the fort. She kisses him on the cheek. And she makes a run for it to the House of Blues.
Yes. So, we're at 9. So at the House of Blues, Tess is very nervous to go on, since she doesn't know how to play any instruments, especially a guitar. And Annie has a big guitar solo because she's the lead freaking band. So Annie, as Tess, arrives at the House of Blues, just before the band goes on. And before she can find the band, she once again runs into Jake, the biggest stalker of this movie. Like, dude, calm down. And he once again tries to profess his love to her. And she's like, if you like me whatsoever, leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. I don't have time for this. And she's like, I gotta go. So Tess, as Annie, gets on stage in the beginning. But Tess is doing very bad in the beginning. She's every second she plays a little key or so, it's like, it's not really good. Her band's looking at her like, what the fuck is going on? please get it together. This is our one big shot.
And, they try to give her a pep talk before they go on the stage. And she's like, y'all, I really can't do this. Like, you're not understanding. She's like, look, it's okay. Give it your best shot. We're all a little nervous. At the end of the day, if it goes wrong, we'll look back on it and laugh. We'll love you and each other forever.
Right.
They don't have that reaction when she on the stage, though.
I'm like, we're not gonna
we was being nice, but like, what you really got going on here? What are you doing?
Why are you acting like
Why are you acting like this? And she's like freaking out. And she's like, she turns to Peg and Maddie, and she's like, I can't do this. And she runs off stage. And they're like, what the fuck?
And then, luckily on the side of the stage is Anna. And Anna's like, Mom, okay, like, you need to go back out there. She's like, I can't. I don't know what I'm doing. She's like, no, it's fine.
She's like, I unplugged you and I hooked myself up to your guitar, so you really just have to go out there and just pretend to play the guitar. She's like, I don't even know if I can do that. And she's like, come on, Mom. Haven't you ever been to a rock concert? And she was like, I think I went to, like, the Rolling Stones or something once. And she was like, cool, go out there and be Keith. She was like, the behavior? And she's like, no, the drumming.
Not the behavior.
She's like, no, the drumming, Mom, please. And then so she goes back out there and
she kills it.
She kills it because her daughter is doing all of.
I hate the way she dances.
I hate the way. Why? It's awful. I was like, what is that?
And that's what Jake fell in love with.
That's all
up and down bullshit.
Right. That. And then the part where she goes like this. She like starts swaying her arms. Did you see that part?
Is she still playing?
No.
Okay.
It's like they're singing on and on and she's like. I'm like, what the fuck? But anywho, so she goes out there, she's fake playing the guitar, it's time for the solo, and then she's like, oh my god, I'm really nervous, I'm really scared. And then just as the solo begins, here comes Annie to save the day, and she kills it on the solo. Jake is in the audience seeing all of this, and he's like, oh my god, she plays the guitar so
He's like,
amazing.
I'm in love with her again.
Forget her mom, I'm in love with her now.
Yeah.
Perfect. So weird.
Gross. So, they did it.
They did it.
They did amazing.
They get off stage. The guy who's over, I don't know, the House of Blues, the Funky Funk, what is it called? The Metal Jam?
Damn. Well, where's Walter? Wango Tango.
They get off the stage, a guy who's, I don't know, in charge of the House of Blues Wango Tango thing.
Yes.
He's like, I don't want to, make any promises, but you guys seem to be pretty in.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, yay!
I'm right. They had to be. That original song was, they had to win.
On and on and on and on. Don't want to go out, just want to get out. Hey, take me away.
I want to get away, 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 away.
Round and round, here we go again. Same old story, same old and turn my head, turn back again. Same old stuff, never ends.
Okay. So after the concert, Tess has a newfound respect and love for Anna's music. She's like, wow, I never realized how great this was and how talented you were, which is really terrible. But she's like,
not good.
Yeah, she like really understands Anna's,
her passion behind the music.
Yes. So at this point, they're like, okay, now we have to go back to the rehearsal dinner, and they run off. And just before they got out, Jake came. Well, he just missed them. Jake came, and he's gonna confess his love, but just missed them. Darn.
Just in the nick of time. So they make it back to the venue at the rehearsal dinner. As they walk in, Annie asks Tess.
Tess asks Annie.
Tess asks Annie. Turns to her daughter and it says, look, I need you to do me a favor. And she's like, sure, Mom, anything. After what you just did for me?
Yes.
And then she's like, I need you to... She's starting to cry. I need you to call off the wedding.
I mean, honestly, I was getting kind of emotional. I was
just about to say that. Bitch. I mean, when she started giving that speech, I said, I'm tearing up.
It was a really good, like, the way they got us emotional.
Yeah.
Because it was just, like, such a fun movie. And it's just like, it's time to be serious,
That
guys.
speech she gave was beautiful.
That whole scene is gorgeous.
Whole scene, her being like, call off the wedding, and then she goes up there and she doesn't call off the wedding, but instead she says, I approve of this wedding. I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Oh my God, it was so beautiful. Well done.
Right. Well, tell us what happened.
My hat's off. Anywho, so Tess tells her daughter, she's like, I need you to call off the wedding. And she's like, wait, what? Why? And then she's like, I can't put you through this. You're not ready.
Yeah.
It's not fair to you.
It's not.
And then she's like, and I know if Ryan is the man who I think he is, and if he loves me, he'll be okay and he'll wait. And then she's like, all right. You say so. So she goes up to Ryan. Tess as Annie as Tess goes up to Ryan. She's like, hey babe, I'm back. And she clinks her little wine glass. And then she's like, I would like to make a speech.
So 3 years ago, we had a really bad thing happen in our family. We lost a father and a husband. And I didn't think we'd ever be able to get over it. But then, this guy next to me came into the picture. And everybody could see I was happy again. I was singing in the shower again. Not well, I might add. But I was still really worried about my kids, Anna and Harry. Whether they'd be able to accept a new man in their life. And now I know how Anna feels. And what she feels is that no one could ever take the place of her dad. But somebody could be part of a new family. Its own kind of cool new little unit. That for someone as special as Ryan, that we would all just make a little room.
At the end of the speech.
At this very moment, this pure act of selfishness
That they both did.
for each other.
Yes.
We see an earthquake begin. Rumble.
Is there like Chinese music?
And we see, well, we don't really see it, but we can tell that Annie's soul is leaving Tess's body and Tess's soul is leaving Annie's body, and their souls go back into the proper body. This time, however, everyone feels this earthquake.
Yeah.
Everybody's feeling it.
It's a real deal.
And Annie's touching herself, and she's like, oh my God, it's me. I'm back.
Yeah.
Tess is touching herself. She's like, oh my God, I'm back. And they are back in each other's rightful positions. Yay.
And then
they did it.
And then Annie goes, here.
Here.
So excited for this wedding.
And then she's like, yeah, and I just want to say, Ryan, welcome to the family.
Yes.
Can't wait.
And then Tess finally kisses her husband after like
he'd been trying to kiss her all day.
It's too
All
long.
day.
He's like, this is the day before our wedding, but you want to kiss me?
Mm-hmm.
Craziness.
Finally, they share a kiss.
Yes. So, wonderful time. And the next day is the wedding.
Which is crazy. Because I always, even watching the movie, I thought the wedding was like 2 weeks later.
Right.
It's a day later. We're at the wedding. The band is performing
What song did they sing?
Pink Slip. They got to sing their original classic. Oh, no.
That's not what they sing.
They're not.
No.
Oh, they're not singing. And I liked how in this thing she's singing.
Huh?
I like how in this one she was singing. Because she's not the lead, but she was singing.
Oh,
this one.
she's leaning yeah, she is, right.
You're it. You're the ultimate. It's automatic, I'm sure of it. No lie. So don't even try to tell me that you're not the guy. 'Cause I've been waiting all my life for someone just like you. And you're it. You're the ultimate you.
She did such a good job. I wonder what her acting was that they hated so much. Because
She probably just bungled the audition.
right.
Probably wasn't her best. She wasn't on her
crazy.
A game.
But yes, so it's the wedding. Tess and her band's performing. This is the song they perform. Also, not Tess and the band. Anna and the band are performing. But then guess who's also an appearance? Shady Wadey.
Jake arrives to the wedding.
Oh my God.
Without an invitation, I must say.
I'm assuming Tess reached out.
Maybe.
I would hope so.
I would assume. So he walks in. He walks up to Anna and he's like, hey,
babe.
I
know I love your mom.
I know it's been kind of like weird. I've been kind of weird and I kind of want to apologize. And she's like, it's fine. And then they kiss.
Yeah, then they kiss. They share a dance and they share a kiss.
And he's like in front of your mom. And then Anna's like, she owes me one.
Because she already kissed you.
Because she already kissed you in the mouth.
She was a almost a married woman. A cheater!
I feel really confident about their relationship.
I do too. I really
He's
do.
very into her character.
But I also think they're
Her
a great
mind.
match. I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of movies is always people like who should be dating. It's like the nerdy
popular
girl,
guy
and it's
and
just
the
like
jock
what do we
girl.
have in common? But they're on the same level.
Yeah.
They should definitely be
They're on the
dating.
same wavelength.
Yeah.
I'm happy for them.
And also, we have a little snippet from from Harry, you know, the brother and the
And
grandfather.
the grandfather.
They're
bickering at the wedding.
and
The Pepe's
Pepe's
in the
grandmother.
restaurant did end up catering.
Yes, that's what it is.
So they're at the wedding.
Pepe's grandmother, not Pepe's mother, notices the two arguing.
She offers them a fortune cookie.
Here we go. And her daughter, luckily, sees her do this, and she's like, "Grandmother, no, mother, no!"
She like smacks the pan out of her hand.
Yes.
And she's like, "No, those are bad fortunes."
Is their mother senile?
She I don't know, but she need to mind her business.
Where's
She need to
get-
mind her business.
First of all, where's she getting these fortune cookies from? And can you stop them? Like, can you destroy them all? Is she magic?
She's doing some like ancient Chinese dynasty spells.
Keep her away from the dough because she can't keep making fortune cookies.
Not the dough.
How many
It's
people?
not even the fortune cookie. It's her.
But I mean,
She's
I think
casting a spell on
right.
them or
But
something.
I think she needs a fortune cookie to deliver it. But like, we have to stop this. I don't know if we can stop this at the source because she's obviously out of it.
She
She's
needs
not all
to
there.
die. Because who knows how many people she'll keep doing this to. That's the
She
only
needs to
way.
die.
She's got to die of old age.
Right.
You got to get her out of there.
She needs to be. Yeah. This is not safe. She cannot be roaming around San Francisco. Where are they?
I thought they were in San Francisco, but I think in the movie they say at one point they're in Los Angeles.
They can't. I don't know. They can't be doing it.
Absolutely not.
Knock her up.
She's got to go. But nonetheless, it's a happy ending for us
Happy
all.
ending. What a great movie.
Fantastic film.
Fun. Good family fun.
Great holiday
Sure
fun. Too
is.
enthusiastically. No. Great holiday fun. Great holiday fun. Too enthusiastic thumbs up. Something like that. One day I'll learn it.
Totally, bro. All right, guys. Don't forget to. I always say it late. Don't forget to rate, subscribe.
Like, download, review, comment, even if it's a bad comment.
Thanks for tuning in.
Catch you later.
Love you guys. Love the support. You guys rock my socks. And we'll catch you next week for our holiday special, even though it's going to be a little after the Christmas season, but who gives a fuck?
All right.
Yeah. So,
Bye.
Bye.